Hello. All right, I can hear myself. We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first season of MAG1 Live. This is day one, Group A. Things are just getting started. Today, we're going to have five matches for you. Three of them are best of ones, two of them are best of threes. We've got four players today. Two of them are 501 and two of them are 201. So we got a bit of a regional showdown with some of the greats. We've got Sako and Rooster for 5-1 players. And we've got Misum and Flower Fairy. Flower Fairy's name is all in Chinese letters, but he's known that for his profile picture. Everybody here is super strong. I'm going to be joined today with Apuchi, who's going to be commentating me alongside, who has just woken up, so might be a
Hello,
little bit low
everyone.
energy.
Good morning. Are you excited for these matches?
Hell yeah. We need Sako to finally beat Flower Fairy.
I know. He did take out Flower Fairy in the finals of MAG1. That was the one opponent I didn't have to beat.
Oh, really? Okay. That's pretty
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Convenient.
Yeah. And you
So
yourself will be in Group B, right?
yes, with Mr. B
Nice.
as well as two other players. I think
Yeah.
Dillo and someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think things will be getting started shortly here. We
Yeah, I've got my
occasionally,
invite.
okay, we occasionally will have stats to show you during some downtime that we have gotten from the devs, and WinBig has pulled them for us, so that'll be exciting. Okay, on screen we can see some right now, so you can see how each of these four players fares against the other regions, which is quite cool to see. You can see, for example, Sako against top 50 players in 501 has a 60% win rate. Rooster, apparently 100%. I don't understand that stat.
Wait, where's the 100%?
It's Rooster's section in the regional win
Mm.
rates. I'm looking on.
Yeah,
Okay,
these are
so
October,
he didn't
November,
play
early,
much.
and a lot of these numbers are suspiciously round, like 33.33, 50, 60. They're all very like I can think of what fraction would get you that percentage. So
Yeah, yeah. So
these are
apparently this is
pretty small sample size.
October and November is what these are pulled from. So Rooster obviously didn't play very much.
Yeah, he's
Flower
been
Fairy's
busy.
result, as you said, is like 33% exactly, but that could just be a lot of games. That just happens to be 1/3 ratio.
Mhm.
So what else we got here? So win rates, you can see Sako's got 75% right about. That's pretty incredible.
Mhm. Also, apparently, Rooster plays about a minute slower than everyone else.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And it makes you wonder how much of that is just like slow APM versus how much is it like they play a play style that turns into long games, right?
Yeah. Well, Rooster will be like a turn from winning, but then he'll just do a total misclick and take an extra turn to win.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so nice to finally have these stats.
Yeah, but surely locked in for the tournament.
Of course. There's a lot of pride on the line here.
Okay, we're starting with Sacco Fairy instead because Miyasen was restarting client. Uh,
Okay.
we've got Sacco and Fairy here. They are hopping in, and this should be starting momentarily.
So for a lot of people, Sako is considered maybe the best 501 player, although
Hmm.
yourself, Apuchi, is getting quite a bit of
Yeah,
support
he's
behind you.
he's he's like the top ladder player,
Yeah.
and
And
he's
then
working on getting those tournament results.
yeah, exactly. And then 201, we have Flower Fairy, who is also potentially the best 201. There's Red
Hmm.
here as well in contention, so this is kind of the clash of the titans, if you will.
Hmm. Dang, Sacco actually up to 2491 MMR right now.
Crazy.
So ahead of Flower Fairy. Not ahead of his record, but ahead. Maybe patch treating him well. There was a new patch.
That's right. The
It's a big
timing
deal.
is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll get to see some nice missile spec. The
Apparently.
apparently we worked with the devs to get that patch release at this timing for this tournament.
Yeah, I guess that's nice. That means that the duration of the tournament will be on this patch, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Unless there's a
Yeah.
hotfix is needed. So
Yeah.
we'll have a
Yeah,
nice stable
exciting.
environment.
There's a new specialist, the missile specialist. My initial take was that it wasn't very good, but after playing it a bit yesterday, I think it might be pretty good.
Yeah, it's really interesting, like how to evaluate that because most specialists just get like a certain amount of supplies, right? But this
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
so different.
Yeah. Well, and if you want to go, oh, how many supplies is this worth? It's worth 100 supplies, right? But is it
Hmm.
really? Is it really 100 supplies, or is perhaps Missile Strike underpriced? And
Exactly. And
like
like,
it's actually more like 300 supplies.
and I think there's like a certain amount of value you get just from seeing cards and being able to pick from them, you know? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
something you
yeah.
can do all the time, right?
Yeah, and Missile Strike is one of the like least skipped cards. Like you would take a different card over it plenty often
Yes.
because it's more impact, but you very rarely will just skip instead of taking a Missile Strike. So
I would love to see the stats on that, by the way.
yeah, yeah. So missile, I was like, it's too early in the morning for to remember where my analysis was coming from, but I was like doing the math on Missile Strike last night and somehow came up with 125 supplies. But you
Hmm.
know, I may have just been crazy.
All right, we are in.
We do see missile spec with Fang Storm for Flower Fairy, which might actually be the pick. It's got the
Yeah.
storm colors. If you're a standard
Yep.
Andy, you got to take it.
You are right. So probably don't want to be buying Mustangs or
Yeah, and
Storms.
Sacco, perhaps Rhino spec aggro, perhaps supply spec aggro. He has been liking his tarantulas, but no, it is the Fire Badger
We're gonna have a standy fight, I think, unless Sako goes
Stormcolor
aggro.
Mirror. Sacco is practicing Stormcolor aggro a few weeks ago, but he may just not want it.
Yeah, we'll see. Sako is a very flexible player. He's happy to
Mhm.
play both styles. Maybe a slight preference towards aggro, but these 501 players, man, they have been playing quite a bit of standard lately.
Yeah, yeah. Standard been pretty good. Uh there's maybe like a little bit more aggro mixed in right now to a like optimal playstyle just because of the spider buffs.
Yeah,
Spider's more of an aggro unit. But picking the Stormcaller pack made a lot of sense there. His packs were maybe a little below average.
yeah, I think so too. I think it makes sense to go for like a really safe, just standard style pick, because that way you're not going to get screwed by having a bad pack, right?
Hmm. And Fire Badger is nice. And I like Sacco's positioning, just taking a moment to observe. His Stonecallers are way out there, and his Crawlers are avoiding being in the same missile strike. So he is taking his opponent's specialist into account and saying, I'm not going to position exactly the same as I always do. I'm going to play around missile strike a little bit.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit. I think it's really important. Like, you need a plan. You need to either sell your storms or, do something.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's just letting like every 3 turns he doesn't have 2 Stonecallers, like
Yeah.
it hurts, but you can accept that that's what your opponent's specialist does.
It's a
Because,
really good specialist if every missile kills 200, right?
yeah, yeah. But like every turn, Sacco has a Fire Badger on his board. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
versus
It's
every
interesting.
3 turns, he doesn't have 2 Storms. Like, but the problem is when Bear like gives you a level 3 Mustang and you're like, now I have to protect this guy.
Yeah.
So,
Insta pick by Flower Fairy.
yeah,
Holy.
of the Wasp. So, which makes sense, I guess, if you're thinking I'm Missile Strike spec, my opponent doesn't want that Mustang.
Yeah. That's like a natural combo, I think.
Yeah. And it's hard for Sacco to pick the Mustang or the Wasp, so maybe he takes Saber? No, he just takes the Wasp and says whatever, it'll be fine.
So let's see if he uses one missile or two missiles.
Yeah, he's got one showing immediately and is holding the other. I was using both missiles every time, but like
Or sometimes
we
four, right, Apucci?
yes, yes, that was so funny. Uh but we haven't really had time to get used to this specialist. People
Yeah, it's
might
really crazy.
like probably you're supposed to have some kind of mix between using both and
Yeah.
using one because I think if you always use both, people are just going to start bubbling against you.
Either they
But when they
bubble or, like, they skip something like, they take something greedy knowing they're gonna lose the round anyways.
yeah, but the when the unit drop comes on turn 2, you can't even afford to bubble because you have to pay for
Yeah,
the unit drop.
100%.
So Sacco going for a little bit of a late aggro here with the Wasp and the Fire Badger.
Yeah, is he
Beacons
just
them
pivoting?
in.
Is he just aggro now, do you think?
He might be. That is something that you can do.
Yeah. I mean, Badger plus Wasp makes a lot of sense to start doing it with.
Yeah, and perhaps he was just like, well, I don't want to aggro set up on my storms turn 1, but like he doesn't even have the storms. The storms are dead.
I
Ooh,
guess
really rough that his Wasp pack split like
yeah, he's
that.
gonna lose this round for sure.
And he still has a bit of crawlers on the ground, but yeah, only one Wasp in the air. Rip. But that was the missile strike round.
Yeah, not much damage.
Flower Fairy did keep the missile strike, the second missile strike, so he can strike out this Wasp, but Sacco is the beacon.
Shield
Shield.
airdrop, very helpful.
Yeah, slight punish to Flower Fairy for not using both missile strikes, because
Yeah.
now he has to contend with the shield airdrop. And Sacco just gonna say, I mean, you're not missile striking my Wasp, I have jump drive.
Yep. That's a good plan.
And
There's so
says,
much mind games though with this spec, right? It's like it's jump drive is there, so do you even have to jump drive then?
yeah, yeah.
I
And
think we
Flower
have a lot to
Fairy
learn.
going back to the same Stormcaller says, get
Gotta
out,
bubble it, right?
Stormcaller.
No.
I don't like buying actual bubbles that much this early.
Yeah.
But Sacco guessing it's gonna be the swap. Flower Fairy says, no, I'll just do the same one.
Yep. Going for the 50-50 and then sells the Badgers, so we're back to standard.
Yep, yep. But he baited out a actual missile.
Yeah.
So, shmoneys.
Yep.
And he wants his Wasp pretty delayed. He puts it in the middle and beacons it. Because it's jump drive, it's not like it was ever getting missile struck.
Yeah, I think I like that line. He has all these arc lights, so he's very like defensive. He doesn't have much of a beefy front line, so he needs the walls
Yeah.
to show up late.
And it is fast with the jump drive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he already has a beacon, so why not?
Will he get the
But
wasp win here?
yeah, should be. There was 3 crawlers still alive, so there were a few attacks going his way, but there are wasps on the other side.
My question is, who keeps their bubbles? No, no bubbles going down. It looks like.
They are covering the towers though, so they might go down. I think you're right though. No. Oh no.
Wait.
Sacco might be able to take the bubble, take the tower, then go kill these
Yeah,
wasps.
it looks like it. That's a huge win for Sako.
I mean, Flower Fairies wouldn't take it before the timer ran out, anyways. Sacco hitting him with the emote. Yeah, it does just time out.
Yeah. Surrender.
Yeah, but that's a minus the spell bubble and minus a missile on that round for
Yep.
Flower Fairy.
Flower is playing really fast. Oh my gosh. Every single decision just insta pick.
Yeah. Amp core. Do fortified Mustangs survive a missile strike?
No, not even close, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's 3 levels and it's not like or it's triple the level and it's not like a level 3 survives. But they would eventually survive if they were high level.
Yeah, I think you need like level 3 or 4.
All right. Well, Sacco takes the incendiary bomb and adds a couple more storm colors.
Classic
Flower,
standard move.
Flower Fairy takes range on the wasps and amp cores the leveling wasp, which even though it lost to the level 2 in the wasp duel, it still picked up the level, as did Sacco's.
Kinda love that line, to be honest. Like, this wasp
Yeah,
is now a problem, and he's missile spec, so he can't buy Mustangs easily.
yeah, and Sacco's committed jump drive, so it's more expensive for
Yes.
Sacco to contest the wasp techs.
That's pretty brilliant. I wonder what will come out then. Like, will Sokko go, like, Fort AA or, like,
Yeah,
boats, I guess?
yeah, it's rough. It is difficult to kill the wasps. Like it could be a bunch of fangs and eventually range.
Could be.
For now, he's got one fang. Surely it holds.
Yeah, I think Flower Fairy is almost for sure gonna have this round, and Sokko is buying fire,
Yeah,
so we'll see, though.
yeah, yeah. Sacco doing a little bit of a delay on his wasp, but flower fairies have range. So even so,
The
and flower
Wasps
fairy
have
should
a
also take
lot
the
of
bubble.
HP. Yeah, that's true. The
Yeah,
Fangs
that's
need
the
a
other
lot of
issue.
shots to kill them.
Yeah, yeah. The other issue with for anti-air is this is already a level 3 amp core wasp with shield on the
Mm,
bar.
yeah, you'll need a lot of forts. It's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, it already takes 2 missiles to hit, and I think in a level it takes more.
Yep.
Okay, the bubble goes down, and the wasps beat Sacco's wasps through debuff. So very nice round for Flower Fairy. Another level on them.
Yeah, pretty back and forth so far.
Welcome, Pensmen viewers. This is game 1 of Sacco versus Flower Fairy. Unit drops showing up. Wraith, not a typical standard unit, but can answer wasps.
I think it's just
Over.
boats or Mustangs, honestly.
Yeah, there's anti-air available, but there's no elite on Flower Fairies.
Mm,
Sacco takes the Flower Fairy also just running jump. Sacco takes the balls uh just kind of as a bit of a tank and does add Mustangs.
there they are. That's kind of cool. We're in Ball Stang and Standard.
Yeah, yeah, it's the old days of Sacco's stream. He used to play some standard ball staying. Stormcaller's getting missile strike.
He's got the redundancy, though. He's got 4 of them now.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing you miss by staggering your missile strikes is you lose the ability to just double missile strike the same unit once things start getting out of range.
Yeah, it is true. Can be really powerful to do that. You're kind of all in those, like if they mobile beacon it. But
Yeah, but I
would
mean,
they really?
you can even just like double strike an arc light and just now you have no chaff clear on this side
Yeah.
and it's, more powerful than you'd think.
Look at that beacon, by the way. Right
Yeah,
down mid.
just
He's running it down mid.
yeah, running it down mid where there are no wasps to contest his wasp. Perhaps it
Yep.
gets in there, kills this Fang pack, and then it will split to both towers.
That'll be the dream.
It looks like it might work. And if he can get debuff while his Mustangs are still alive, they oh no, it does not
I
work.
think the battle's over. Yeah. Oh, it would have been too late anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, Flower Fairy just has more strength behind his army. So the range advantage of Mustangs over Wasps doesn't matter because they're not actually shooting the Wasps.
Yeah, this is tricky.
Laser sights all around. Dang, Sacco could have had the 2 shield airdrops in order to beat the 2 missile strikes.
I wonder if you oil here as Sako, slow down the balls. Those balls, like, the Mustangs just get stuck on them, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like you oil and then the wasps get ahead and you kill the wasps.
Yeah. Probably in a standard match, that's what you want to do. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, that or just buy something that's capable of killing the balls.
Yeah. Seems like
Which it
balls have had a resurgence in standard, by the way. Have you noticed
really
that?
I
Well, I
haven't really been
see
playing
good
enough standard.
players. Yeah, I see good players take balls and just play them in standard. They just
Hmm.
like the packs.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's a good tank. It's a good tank. Like it's good. It's good in this situation for Flower Fairy where it's covering the wasps.
Yeah.
Sacco gonna beacon his Mustang that he's iteming around that potential missile strike range on the storms. And Flower Fairy with a deep missile says, "I don't know. I didn't like the look of that. Let me just put a missile that'll work." And Sacco does go with the oil.
I'm surprised how low the shield drop is for Sako there. He could have moved it up quite a bit.
Yeah, he's just scared of the missile strike on the Stang, I guess.
Maybe because a flank could occur and it would keep them stuck in
Yeah,
place. I don't know.
something like that.
There's the oil though, so that should help a
Yeah,
lot.
Flower Fairy with elite marksman on the arc lights. Uh, Sacco does not take it. The oil
Yep.
did a little bit, I guess. Like the balls still had to be killed first, but the balls are dead,
Yeah, it
and the
definitely
wasps are now
helped.
dying.
His Mustangs are just level 1 and they're just so weak, right?
Yeah, the two living wasps just like came and killed Tower and killed the whole Mustang pack.
Yeah.
Oh, it wins. No.
Wow. Oh, he would have got a bubble too. Sad.
Yeah, that is a monster wasp. 2k health already, leveling to level 5.
Thank God the Mustang's leveled though.
Yeah. Here's Fortified Mustang again in case you want it.
uh,
Zeka skips. There's a couple of spells and a redeploy, but Flower Fairy
nothing.
also skips. They're both very high health.
Yeah.
It
Could be a
happens in
long game.
Storm games. It happens in Wasp games where you win rounds by very small amounts. Like you win rounds by half a pack of Wasps.
Yeah, there's no
So
giants on board, no boats, no fortresses.
yeah, so you gotta play long game. Like take econ. Don't worry too much about the spells. I mean, they have taken a few spells, but some of those really expensive ones are pretty skippable
I
because it will speed up probably in a couple turns.
think Arclight levels are going to be a pretty big part of this game going forward now. Both players taking elite marksman.
Yeah, Sacco elite recruiting a bunch of arcs.
Yep.
Flower
We got a
Fairy now behind on arc count, but does have the one level 3. And Flower Fairy clicking temp range. Sacco not clicking it yet. Temp range is going to be pretty big. And Flower Fairy has items on both
there's the
wasps.
oil.
Hmm. Oil, but no fire. They do both run fire. Sacco has EMP back on the bar, whereas Flower Fairy is still keeping the high explosive.
I feel this oil doesn't do much, but maybe he plans to light it on fire next round.
I would imagine so. Yeah, I guess it like slows the arc lights down
Yeah, I
in
guess
this
so.
brief moment. So he actually gets a little bit more advantage out of his temp range
And
than
he gets
he
the
would have
bubble.
otherwise.
Oh my gosh, does he not get the bubble?
I guess maybe that's the secret advantage of it being so low.
Oh my gosh. That is painful for Sako.
But still 27, 29, reasonably healthy. All right, Mustang items
Yeah, that's going
or
to be very helpful.
EMAG impact for Flower Fairy. You probably still can't kill this bubble with it, but he'll give it an attempt.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sacco's
I'm not
fire is back up.
sure.
Actually, Sacco also takes EMAG impact.
I actually don't
Perhaps.
like that EMP position. Do you like it?
Yeah, not really. I don't think you ever kill this bubble. I
Yeah.
was Sacco beaconing. I guess he's gonna just do another bubble on his good Stang pack. I don't think you
I
can really accept that
guess.
pack dying. And he's beaconing
Yeah.
because he's worried about the fire.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, you need this laser sight Mustang to get levels, right? So if it dies, like that's a huge deal.
Yeah, yeah. It's and he can if he can make another low bubble that's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
Shield on the fangs for Sacco now, despite it being the fire turn for Flower Fairy. Just figuring it's good into all of these arc lights. Flower Fairy did pick up quite a few arc levels on that turn that Sacco did
Yeah.
not.
I think that's going to be a big deal. They're like sort of tanks as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, they are the biggest tank on the board besides, I guess, the
The
steel
balls,
balls.
yeah. Mustangs are safe. That's good at least.
Yep, and Sacco selling the ball says, with these big arc lights at this point, we're just feeding.
Both sides with fire now.
And Flower Fairy EMP on the arcs, maybe that was more of a call out to balls in case like MacDiv was picked? Or just preparation for something. I don't think it's actually doing anything to this current board. I guess once they hit an arc light, that arc light kind of turns off.
So he didn't want the Mustang item, huh?
Yeah, neither of them took it.
Hmm.
Somewhat of a shocker. I guess in standard, it's like less critical, but these are
Yeah.
some healthy wasps.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the game is, yeah, they're healthy wasps. The game's going long, and like you are in Mustangs, so
Yeah, yeah.
and you need them to
But
kill arc lights to some extent.
it's still a win by the wasps. I
Yep.
feel this type of game right here is why I run elite marksman on my wasp. Like,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think if Flower Fairy is running elite marksman, this game is just in the bag.
Ooh, we got the AMD tech on the Mustangs. That'll
Yeah,
shut down the fire.
that's nice. It's pretty strong now, and a war factory in his little cubby hole that he's made, and it's going to spawn balls.
Huh.
Says I sell my balls because I want to spawn the balls. He mech divs them. I don't know. There's
Mm,
EMP. Maybe he
yeah.
figures non-ball targets are killing enough. The war factory will do well into this worm pickup,
Yeah, that's really
but
nice for Sako.
the entire rest of his board will not do well into this worm pickup. He's in
Yeah,
trouble.
I think his towers are also very vulnerable because he's playing so far back. Like compare the Arclight positions and the Storm positions of both players. You can see that Sako is more back.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and look at these bubbles and look at where Flower Fairy was missile striking. It's the one Stormcaller not getting bubbled.
Oh, the mind games.
Yeah, Sacco out of money, doesn't want a loan, even though it's round 9. And Flower Fairy also not loaning. It's just and I kind of agree with them. It's just that type of game.
Yeah, you take temp
But
range, but you don't loan typically.
yeah, this is the turn though where it speeds up. We've got war factories and we've
Yep,
got worms on the board. Probably big damage coming in.
yep. Anything that's like immune to fire basically is gonna deal player damage.
Yeah. But the worms are sort of bogged up. The storms are not connecting through this Mustang AM, and there's a lot of shield fangs. And Mustangs still have time to shoot the wasps. Now, the one issue is that the war factory is EMP'd, so
And the
it's not
tower goes down.
exactly spawning balls.
Yeah,
Only one worm alive, I think.
I think so. Oh, two.
Oh no, two.
Oh
So
my gosh.
pretty big damage.
I think now he's
There,
gonna loan.
yeah. Now we're loaning. Fortified Arclight. Wow. Lightning Storm though. Lightning
Yeah,
Storm's all around, and
fortified
that's.
light. Ah,
Did you
would
hear
have been
that
so good.
sound of all of the arc lights leveling?
Yeah, you always click that button.
Yeah. And notice Sacco, even in standard now, positions his crawlers, his like near the flank back crawlers, still a few tiles away from the flank,
Yeah,
so that they don't die to this this like
flanking
flank
crawler.
crawler
Yeah,
getting flamed.
yeah. You got to kill it fast though, right?
Yeah, he did kill it fast enough. Only a few died.
Okay.
And we've got the factory on the other side. Flower Fairy taking a beacon, unfortunately beaconing into the lightning storm,
Yeah, that's sad for him.
but bubbles all around. And what is it? There's another tech on the worms. It is replicate. Replicate into the war factories. Oh, it's replicate and it's
Oh
mective.
my gosh, he wants lots of chaff.
Yeah, war factory tends to do well into those worm techs,
Yeah,
but if you're trying to close the game out this turn, you might just be thinking, I have enough.
yeah, and there's no launcher overload, so it takes like some amount of time.
Yeah. And it's another. Oh, and he actually sold. Sacco went for the oil plate, but Flower Fairy sold his storm. He was just like, oh, you're going to anti missile your stings? Whatever, I just sell.
Yeah, it makes sense. He has a lot of Mustangs, but these arc lights are just
Yeah.
gonna chew through
Yeah, the
everything.
arc lights are just a little bit too juiced,
Yep,
and
this
they
is what I
can
thought
kill
would
a war
happen.
factory. Yeah. Arc light
Levels
levels
are
mattered.
huge.
The EMP is quite huge. Like the mech balls are
Yeah,
not mech diving. Every time they shoot one of Sacco's arc lights, it takes the walk of shame.
yep.
And look at that factory just go down. Okay, tower.
Is the game gonna go on?
There's a few
Don't think
worms down
so.
here still, and it is over.
Oof. So the best of one goes to Flower Fairy. Sako's not out of it yet. Basically, everybody has 2 lives in this group stage format, and you need 2 wins to get out successfully in the group. So we still got plenty of games left.
That game was way closer than the final health scoreline would imply. I guess the round 10 lets you know.
Yeah, it was sort of a close game to some extent, but once the Arclight levels got out of hand, and I don't know,
Yeah.
the Mustangs just couldn't do it, I feel.
Yeah, and it felt like missile spec was just getting value throughout the game.
Yeah, I was curious
Uh,
if it's better on aggro or standard, but after that game, maybe it's better on standard.
yeah, I think it's just kind of good anywhere.
Yeah, could
Like
be.
you're just against aggro, you're just clearing out multiple of their late crawlers every round in the end of the game, which is
Yeah,
pretty good.
definitely. Those crawlers are worth more than the other crawlers, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, the latest one, like you missile out all the front crawlers, right? And it's like, ah, but the late crawlers, but you missile those too. It's just glorious.
you
Yeah, I wonder if it like turns out missile spec is the best spec, and then
know.
they're like, oh, so that means we actually should nerf the missile. Like,
I've been wanting this missile strike nerfed for so long, and my suggestion was to make the circle slightly smaller,
mm, mm.
and I still feel that way. Like this spell is just crazy good.
Yeah, yeah, I could see them just making it, cost 50 in the buy. If they need to nerf both
Mm,
missile spec and missile strike, they could nerf the spell itself.
yeah, that's true. All right, so now we got Rooster and Miasim, correct?
Yes, Rooster versus Miasim, two players who I would imagine clash in the Asia tournament somewhat often.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, I
but
don't know their stats against each other.
yeah, yeah, I play against both in tourneys regularly, but I tend to play Rooster in the European tournament and Miasim in the Asia tourney. So Rooster, another player that's known for a versatile playstyle, plays aggro, plays standard, has
Yep,
guides on both, plays defense.
but definitely prefers aggro, right?
Uh, but maybe only from like a fun perspective.
Yeah, that's fair. An ethical or fun, however you want to view it.
Yeah, and Miasim, we have seen Miasim aggro,
Yes, he's capable.
but almost only ever a standard or defensive player loves his melting points, will
Yep.
multi-melt you, will level his towers to 5, and put a
Yes.
row of multi-melters on the back line and just say, come at me, bro.
Yeah.
So uh he's a difficult nut to crack.
Yeah, for sure. He's a little crafty. Like he'll sometimes
Hmm.
switch sides completely, burn the ground,
Yeah,
go air. Like he's got a lot of tools in his toolkit.
yeah, he was kind of known for being the king of standard in the era of Vulcan Melter,
True, yeah.
and we do see missile spec. Rooster got some nice packs. Missile specialist crawl
Orange hair gets orange
storm.
hair. That's what we
Yeah,
need.
yeah. Are they related? Uh, Takes the speed though.
Wow.
Tarantula crawler speed. I like that pack. Miasim, as noted, likes his giants. Goes giant spec. In my opinion, the worst specialist in the game. I never pick
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty bad. I actually like cost control more nowadays, to be honest. I used
Yeah,
to hate
yeah.
it, but it's actually
Cost
not too
control
bad.
is reasonably playable.
Yep. Well, I like
Ru-
this matchup for Rooster. I mean, the speed is really good against the Stormcallers, right?
yes, yes. Speed spec is one of the specialists that you love to have against stormcallers, and you love it with spiders, and you just love it. I mean, it's so good.
It's so fun, yeah.
Your units are fast, and when you play a game of speed spec and then you play a game with any other spec, it just doesn't feel the same.
Yep.
So Rooster positioning, asim push, but puts that one crawler middle. I like this crawler too. It will kind of make sure everything gets drawn into the battle, but slowly. And he's thinking about putting one forward crawler in front of his push because of the Stormcaller, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. Just trying to play it safe here.
Yeah, just doesn't want the insta-lock onto his Tarantulas. It means that the Arclight will get to clear it, and then we'll probably get to clear the next pack of crawlers, but something you kind of just accept.
Well, one of his storms is in Narnia, so it's looking okay
Yeah,
for Rooster so far.
and the center crawler does not split because Miasim played the center arc, which is kind of a good call out against that tech.
Yeah. I quite like center arcs.
Yeah, when your opponent is probably going to have 5 crawlers, it's pretty darn reasonable. But yeah,
Yeah.
the speed gets the Tarantula and the crawlers in there to kill the storm before Tarantula goes down. Tower falls. This other Tarantula is quite healthy, and the storm is just shooting at the ground. What the heck? And both Tarantulas live. You love to see it if you're a Rooster.
Yep, good
Do
start.
some damage, get some experience.
Will we see the Cell of the Storm? Oh, there's a redeploy, and there's two ways to move them. Hmm. Oh,
Yeah, ooh,
that is a
Miasim going
decent
for a
play.
little bit of a cheese. It's a classic move when you have to redeploy a storm, like you get a deploy module or a redeploy, and you just say,
Yep.
well, before I put it where it actually belongs, let me just hit your tower here. But
But this crawler
Rooster,
will stop it.
yeah, Rooster making a play of his own
I like
isn't
this.
doing this to play around the storm, but it works.
Oh, I think he might to some extent, honestly. That crawler, we could argue he's thinking
Yeah,
about it.
it's these are positions that you would sort of just take. Like you like that crawler
Yeah,
no matter what, but
for sure.
Uh, yeah, it is sort of you are aware that your opponent might be redeploying the storm for sure.
Yep.
And with a redeploy of his own, Rooster has the option to switch over to that side entirely.
Yeah, with speed SBC, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, being spread out can be pretty valuable on speed because your units will get to their proper engagements quickly, and you're sort of forcing your opponent to spread out, and their units don't get to their proper engagements as fast.
Yep.
But there's also an advantage to building the death ball as speed because that death ball will move faster and sort of accomplish what it needs to
Mm.
do.
Yeah, that's interesting. Assault melting point for Misum. That is like so early to pick a card like that. And there's nothing
I
even giant yet.
yeah, I do love me that card to be honest.
The
I
stats are
would
great on it. Yeah.
I would pick it if I was Rooster here
Really?
because
That's giant SBC?
your opponent is giant specialist and your speed, and when you're speed and you see something else that gives more speed, you got to stack those speed buffs. And Also, like, Tarantula Melter aggro has been looking a little nasty lately,
Mm.
but I think Rooster probably not looking at it. Miasim taking it for the health value, it can kill a tarantula, and it probably can't get killed by a tarantula. It has a lot of health,
Do you think this
and
is like him going for multi-melt eventually, though?
yes, I think he may eventually range multi-melt, and he might even take tower fortifications and deploy them behind his tower at the end.
Dude, what is this turn, by the way? This is crazy. All the redeploys and flanks.
Yeah, Rooster actually redeploying back into the main push gets oiled for it. This is not the oil-free Grand Prix, but Arclights are locked up, and these level 2 crawlers are just getting in. Melters stuck on a Wasp pack might
Yeah.
even just die to crawlers, because
Probably, yeah.
sure, you have a lot of health, your Assault Melting Point, you know what is the highest DPS unit in the game? Yeah, it's these little guys.
Yep. Wow, really
I
no another good
yeah,
round for Rooster. Crazy.
Rooster's crawler pack is number 2 damage with 21k. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
Alright, Typhoon, Marksman, Steel Ball, Farseer, Miasim, a Snap Picker, not quite as snappy. Not so snappy we can't see what he picked.
Yes.
Goes for the Steel Ball. Rooster likes the Farseer and is going to redeploy off of that oil.
I'm really glad that Rooster did not pick the steel balls because I think it would fall right into the multi-melt's hands.
Yeah, the Farseer, however, has $100 EMP
That
and
sounds
kind of
pretty good.
says, "You wanna tech up that melter? Are you sure you wanna tech up that melter?" And that Farseer gonna truck. It's with the speed specialist quite fast.
Yeah.
And Rooster additionally jump driving the Wasp doesn't have time to redeploy that thing. And look at just the facing of Miasim's units in this bottom left corner. How many of them are looking at that little flank crawler? There's a
Yeah, yeah.
Storm, an Arclight, a Melter, all going, this crawler
It's pretty valuable,
must
honestly. And with speed
be
SBC, you
destroyed.
can collapse on the tower. So these balls are gonna
Yeah.
help with that, I think.
Yeah, the balls will take out these Tarantula, this flank Tarantula. Rooster didn't cover it, but I mean, he can either cover it or he can just redeploy. There is an orange crawler, by the way, and it
Look at
is
the
just
vroom
gonna
vroom
kill
though. This
this ball pack.
Farseer. Holy.
Yeah, and the Wasp's already in on tower. The backup blue crawlers arriving to just wreak havoc during debuff. And then here come the Wasps from the outside. More high level crawlers coming in, taking advantage of debuff once again. Melter going down. Balls making a U-turn in the oil. Very, very sad. I forgot my keys. I forgot my keys. But debuff of his own now allows that Melter to reduce a little bit. And there's just a Farseer and a Tarantula. That Farseer did 84,000 damage.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll go more into Farseers, honestly.
Laser Sight Incendiary Rapid Cooling Mass Phoenix.
Mm,
Rooster likes the Laser Sight. Miasim likes the Incendiary. Doesn't want the
mm,
Laser Sight for a like Melter. Sometimes you want it if you're gonna go multi-melt.
yeah. I guess I like the fire though.
Yeah, Fire quite nice, and he might not be in multi-melt, honestly. But when there's like
Yeah.
a couple level 3 crawlers coming your way,
Yeah, I think he was open to doing it, but like Rooster has not made it seem juicy at all.
yeah. And there's the redeploy onto the back line with the Melter, so he is starting to set up his signature
Level 5 tower.
level 5 tower Melters in the back.
Oh god.
And Rooster elects to put a Fang in that flank to prevent the ball from getting Instalux and gets Spider Mines.
Spider Mine's looking good. Yep.
Yeah, it takes a Melter quite a while to kill it. It takes Arc Lights multiple shots because a level 2 Spider produces mines with like 1,500 health.
Hmm.
And Wasps are on the flank. This tower looking pretty exposed to the Wasps. It is level 3 though.
Yeah, it takes a while to kill, honestly. Rooster's not a
And
very high DPS board.
yeah, the fire takes out all of his DPS, which was the crawlers.
True. I guess now we have mines.
Yeah, now we have Spider Mines and we have a Farseer. But Miasim gonna lose a bit of his own board to this fire before it all
Oof.
turns around again.
They're speedy,
No,
though.
yeah. Yeah, those are some fast melters. They're gonna just run off and take this tower real quick. And then come back. And I think the melters might win this. Okay, never mind.
Ah.
I saw the spider mines come out and it was just like,
Yeah,
no.
they are a problem.
Steel ball prod line.
Great item.
Yeah, port shield not super value against balls and melters.
Yeah, what does Rooster take here?
I don't know. I'm like tempted to just heave a big sigh and skip this as Rooster.
You port shield a big crawler in the back? I guess there's fire, though, so maybe not.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind port shield on one of the crawlers. Like
Skips.
they're high level, so they would survive fire with underground.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Hmm.
But it's still like questionable value. So Rooster oil gone, redeploys the Farseer back over to the original main push.
Wait, there's anti-air on the Wasp? What the hell?
Oh, that's gonna be Miasim's Wasp solution for the singular jump drive Wasp.
That's kind of crazy. But it's only 200, right?
Yeah, it's only 200, and I guess he decided the Wasp was enough of a problem, and Rooster hasn't unlocked the sell button yet, so
Hmm.
even if Rooster sells, he's getting less value since he has to unlock sell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
and actually
Interesting.
there are two wasps. No, that's the same wasp. He jumped it.
Bamboozled.
I'm like, wait, there was a wasp in the flank, but there's a wasp back here. I mean, honestly, Rooster might not sell. Like his wasp can be anywhere, and there's a decent chance that it just does fine. Rooster has a few fangs that are taking out the wasps.
Yeah.
Tower goes down. Range now on the tarantulas makes them shoot quite a lot more. They're really just spending less time walking, more time shooting.
Yep.
And this is looking nice.
Yeah, I'm loving this play from Rooster. This is some inspiring stuff.
Gonna be 120 short of the kill. But it didn't feel like he was all in or anything.
No?
Scorps, Typhoons, Sledgehammers, Phantom Rays. Scorps do quite well into many of the other options and many of the things on board, so would love to see the Scorp pick up for Rooster.
Yeah.
Like, just considering that he has a bunch of chaff clear already, it could be the sledges because it's inconvenient for
Mm.
melters and balls to kill them until multi-melt is picked.
Yeah, I think I do like the sledges, but I also, yeah.
He takes the Phantom Ray, says, I ain't scared no anti-air wasp.
Yeah, that is a weird pick.
Yeah, I didn't expect it just because of anti-air wasp, and because you're still sort of kind of expecting multi-melt to come out eventually.
Hmm. Yeah, the anti-air wasp is really just enough of a reason, in my opinion.
Yep, but he goes EMP on the
Finally.
Farseers, says, I suspect that you are going to multi-melt those melters this turn, and I would like you not to do that.
I honestly just think it's worth 100, like, almost always. Like, it just slows things
Yeah,
down. It's, you know.
yeah, if you're going to use the unit, and he in fact elite recruits them, so he is looking to
Oh
close the
my
game here.
gosh. Yeah, he
This
might do so.
says, let's get you out of here. Wasps are coming in on the tower, but they are getting anti-aired. Everything is in the oil. Kind of a rough spot in that regard. But Farseer's taking out the Wasps. Tarantula's just getting this level 3 tower down, actually.
Oh, the tower timing's huge.
Yeah, there's a ball prod line. Couple of things just going down, but EMP onto the melter. No, looks like Miasim takes that round with the oil.
Wow. The comeback might be starting here.
Yeah, yeah. Rooster may be regretting this 120 health. Another production line. There's an acid blast. Miasim gonna acid. Is he gonna acid on the oil? He's gonna acid on the oil.
Oh, this might be a big play though. Oh, look at the shield.
Yeah, shield airdrop going to cover that. Ball getting sold. Yeah, I am not impressed by that Phantom Ray. Would like to see it get sold.
Yeah,
There it
same.
goes.
Okay.
War Factory. What are you clicking on that factory? He
There's
doesn't.
EMP, so yeah,
Yeah,
photon.
Photon it is. He doesn't run armor. He
Oh, the
just
spider
says,
commit.
yeah, Spider, Mech Rage, and more Farseers come out to spread the board with Farseers. If you're going Farseers, you are just trying to end the game as fast as you can because they do fall off.
Yeah, especially if there's a lot of photon on the battle.
Mhm. Or anti-missile, or just like
Yeah,
the more volume of fire that comes out of your side, the more the Farseer missiles kind of have this problem of a slow projectile, and they just
yeah,
like don't connect.
it's a good point.
But against these big targets, they will connect. Rooster just upping the damage output of his board quite well with the Mech Rage. Will do just 50% more damage on all of his. Really, his damage dealers were the
Hmm.
spiders.
Yeah,
Oh,
doesn't
Typhoon's
level his
just
big Farseer.
melting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess it's expensive to level, and level 3 is maybe enough. That War
yeah,
Factory is not long for this world, and Acid not doing anything as of yet.
yep. It tanked for a long time though. Maybe the War
Yeah,
Factory was worth it.
yeah, it seems like it like kind of got value,
Yeah,
but he didn't have that value on both sides of the map.
tower's gonna fall though.
Spider-Mine's coming out, Melter's
That's gonna
EMP'd,
be it.
and the game goes to Rooster.
501 punching back.
Rooster is coming into the booth for an interview. We got some questions for him.
Let's go. That was a cool game. I'm excited to hear his thoughts.
Hello, hello, Rooster. Welcome and nice win.
Hello, hello. Thank you.
Tell us about the decision making. The first thing decision that I was excited by was the specialist choice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I am gonna be completely honest. I don't feel really comfortable playing standard against the caliber of players in my group. So I wanted to play aggro mostly. Um, I've been playing quite a lot of spider, and I think spiders with speed is actually really good. The bonus, yeah, movement speed really helps them out. And yeah, any pack above like 4K, I'm happy with. And so I thought, there was that. I think there was like one storm pack, like a missile spec pack that
Yeah,
wasn't too
yeah.
bad. But I like for aggro, I was like, I'm going to play this. Um, I think just matchup wise, that was the pack that was going to give me the best chances against Misim.
Yeah, I love to see that. And interesting that you include the health in your decision there. It's an important factor that many people overlook.
I've got a
So
question for
then,
you, Rooster. Round two, there was deployment module and there was redeployment spell. Were you considering that hey, he may do that storm cheese?
I was quite happy that that was kind of part luck, part. I mean, of course, I know that if I'm playing one side, it's not uncommon for the opponent to try and make a play on the other side on round two. So I was playing around that specifically. Um, I just wasn't expecting the Stormcaller, and then round three, he moved them on the flank. That did cross my mind, so I was kind of happy when that happened as well. So I had really like, I guess you can call them soft reads or just positioning that played around this type of stuff, and he played into it, which gave me a lot of tempo. And then from there on out, um, yeah, I just managed to get him very low HP. So
Very nice.
Were you expecting multi-melt with that EMP click or no?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really want to play steel balls or anything, and I thought I could just play into this. And I mean, it's 100 cost tech. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think EMP can ever be bad in that situation. So I'm gonna click it. It's gonna have some value down the line. He needs at least one tech on melters. So even for that, like, I'm just gonna click it.
All right,
All
so we
right,
have
I need to play again, right?
we're starting the winners bracket, which is, yes, it is you versus Flower Fairy, and we're starting in 60 seconds, like 30 seconds ago. So you got to get out of here and get into there,
Yeah.
man.
Get in the booth, man. Good
Cheers.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, good luck. All right, Rooster's in the game, just gonna hop into that position.
So this is a very high stakes match. Like whoever wins this gets through.
Yes, yes. This is your ticket to victory. And if you lose, then you have to go play the winner of Saka versus Miyasim. And is this a best of 3?
This is a best of one.
Best of 1, okay.
Only when you are possibly eliminated is it a best of 3.
Oh, interesting. All right. So, based on what he said there, it sounds like Rooster probably going to aggro again, unless his
Yep.
packs are really just terrible for it. And
Yeah, you
Flower
can pretty much
Fairy,
aggro with everything, so.
yeah, that is one philosophy.
Yeah.
Uh, and the alternative philosophy that Flower Fairy might hold is you can pretty much defend with everything.
Yeah, well, I mean that's proven, I think.
Yeah.
Especially with these ball players now doing it on standard sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, you can't even trust the heavy target tech to be a giveaway that they'll be aggro.
Yeah.
I've been burned by that a couple times, and I'm just like, but why are you even running the tech?
Yeah, the emotional damage is, I think, part of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. I think they run the tech just to bias me into thinking they're aggro more when they're not. Because it's not like they're clicking it.
Fear leads to respect.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's why I just don't fear it anymore. I just say, you know what? I know you're going to be back there, and I'm putting my stuff on the line where it belongs.
Yep. I would love to see a stat. I know it's kind of hard to get, but a stat for like 201 and how often they standard.
Yeah, like they have their aggro players. It's just less common. Just like 501 has plenty of standard only players.
For sure, yeah.
It's just less common. And all of our standard only players have like hardened defenses. They're just like, ah, yes, I've been here before.
Yep. Still a little sad there was no orange hair versus orange hair, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The missile spec versus fire badger spec.
We need the lore. There must be something there.
Well, now they're both here for Rooster.
Mm.
Perhaps Sabretooth or Speed again for Rooster, but it's not as good of a speed pack. Flower Fairy looking at Marksman spec with Arc Storm. And yes, it is the Saber for Rooster. Because you love to see the ball crawl pretty good early game. You can add an Arc Light or two. And then sometimes you just transition out of the balls and just purely into the Sabretooths here. Or sometimes you just run them both. They're slightly
Yeah.
redundant, but it's still pretty fine.
Yeah, they're redundant, but like sometimes the balls just die, right? So you need
Yeah,
like a single
exactly.
target that's safe.
Yeah, balls get oiled sometimes.
Looks like a symmetrical game from Rooster here. How do you feel
Symmetrical.
about that?
Yeah, typically if I don't start arc lights, I'll only buy one and play ASIM just so that I get away with fewer arc lights.
That's
But
interesting.
symmetrical, pretty fair. You're kind of in an advantaged matchup, so if you're advantaged, maybe you just want to go symmetrical in order to. You're sort of taking value out of that advantage because you're less vulnerable by being on both sides and you're more flexible.
Yeah.
You just give up a little bit of power. And symmetrical can also do well into storms because sometimes you just like win the side that you're pushing, but then you get bogged down on something
Yeah.
and then lose to the other side storm, which is actually going to happen here. Rooster
Yeah.
somehow losing the side that he had the extra crawler on. I guess the middle arc of Flower Fairy biased that side.
It must be, right?
Actually, looks like Rooster might win with the debuff.
Oh,
No,
not
no.
quite.
It was too low health. Yeah, I think middle arc just walked over to that side and helped out.
Yep.
And now they both get their specialist unit. Rooster with the snap skip. I did see improved Scorpion. Didn't even have time to read the other cards.
The arc
It's
light's
there's
actually
this.
pointing right, so maybe it did
Yeah,
run right.
I watched it. It ran left.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
I don't know why. Sometimes units switch which side they're pointing at.
That's weird.
It yeah, it confuses me. I know that the players, the spectators, for whatever reason, get slightly less time to look at the cards
Yeah.
than the players do. So they're not actually just like snap skipping before reading the cards.
Hmm. Instant jump drive from Flower Fairy. I don't know how I feel about that. How much does it really save you in terms of time?
Yeah, you get 5 move speed. I don't know. It's oddly committal, but I guess if you're playing the Wasp there, you're pretty committed to it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just worth it. I don't know. He wasn't going to spend the 50 anyways.
And Flower Fairy taking a missile against Rooster's ball crawl pack, but Rooster flanking,
Yeah. Nice play from Rooster there.
not gonna eat that missile.
Nope.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess it's the stronger ball pack, but it is the leveled one, which wouldn't die to a missile.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And the orange man's over there.
Yeah, Orange Man's over there, which is gonna at least kill one ball before the crawlers get in. But Sabretooth, nice for just killing an Arclight quickly. Wasps do get in on tower, though. If the Wasps save Orange Man experience, which they don't, then we would say Jump Drive was brilliant. But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think Jump Drive did anything
No, I don't think so.
because you just win by air regardless.
Yep. So he paid 50 for sort of nothing. Like, now he's going to keep the wasp for sure. Otherwise, he would have had the option to, like, sell it, right?
Yeah, that's you have the option to sell, and like there's a chance deploy mod hits right here, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And famously, Play Archer put that deploy mod on his Jump Drive Wasp. So it can confuse you.
Yeah.
All right,
Typhoons for
Typhoons.
both. Wow.
It's strong. A blue Typhoon. It's just nice.
Is it good for Flower Fairy here?
Uh yeah, I think so. Like he doesn't have an arc out there, and an arc alone wouldn't be able to cover. It's
Yeah.
just you're pairing your strongest damage unit with the strongest shaft clear option available.
Yeah, makes sense.
But of course, it's quite nice for Rooster when you know there's a Wasp out. You're sort of just slowly cutting down on the angles.
Yeah, this is so great for Rooster.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and sell out of his left side and commit right.
Yep.
This is a common move when you start symmetrical is to eventually commit one side, but you've just forced your opponent to play more on that side that you're dropping. So the ball's not really getting in anymore, just between the Typhoon damage, the Storm, and the Marksman.
Yeah, they're just tanks, I guess.
Ooh, tower goes down. I guess a crawler took that missile or something.
That's painful.
Yeah, Rooster was about to win that
Oh my
side,
god.
and then the minus 50s.
Dude, wasps are so frustrating with sentry missiles.
Yeah. Yeah. One time I was really tilted just trying to figure out how you cover Wasp Swarm with sentry missiles, and I'm like, okay, so you need like 5 missiles to fully cover this spell.
So you learned you can't, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of RNG for sure.
All right, we have a fortification on that tower. Flower Fairy, now aware that Rooster has committed a side, says, "This ain't the oil-free Grand Prix, so why don't you take a trip in the muck?"
That looks painful, honestly.
And slightly different choices on the port shields. They don't both go on the high-level Typhoon. Rooster puts
Mm,
them on the balls. Those balls just a tank. They only did 529 damage last turn. Simply didn't connect.
the Typhoons actually have more HP, it looks like. So, but he just
Yeah,
wants the
type.
tankiness.
Yeah, it's very slight. I guess it's like more shields technically,
Mm,
but that only matters if shields are getting overkilled,
yeah,
which I guess the marksman ever so slightly does. But this marksman has a great attack number for the health numbers on Rooster sides. It one shots a ball and it two shots a Typhoon.
damn. That Orange Man. Why
So I
didn't he
would,
commit to the Orange Man side?
yeah, yeah, I would like to see Rooster health up. It's actually very valuable right here.
It is, yeah.
So here comes the oil. Everyone going very slowly. There's an arc on the outside that dies. The balls making their way.
Hmm.
We'll get one nice beam lock and do most of the damage on that Typhoon. Wasp's mostly done with the fortified tower, about to take it. Pretty good timing.
Yeah, it's really strong. Oh,
Oh, Rooster just manages to kill the high level Typhoon, but what's she gonna do?
oil's so OP.
All right, enhancement module. Not many levels that I saw. Photon coating for Rooster.
Yeah, it makes sense. What do you put it on though? Maybe he'll buy a new ball.
Yeah, or on a Typhoon. I don't know. It's like slightly
Mm,
less value if you're planning on taking bubbles.
yeah,
And did Flower Fairy just skip?
I think so.
All right, photon coating is on the blue Typhoon. Wasp is back into its original flank.
Yeah, it's a good mind game.
And
I wonder if he'll see it.
yeah, Rooster does take bubbles, is gonna push the other side. Now just keep your eye out. Does a missile come down? Is he prepared for the jump drive?
Oh, he's got zero money. I don't think it's coming.
Oof.
Oof.
And double shot Scorpions. Didn't want the improved Scorps, but
It's
is happy with double shot.
really good with oil too, right? Shooting fish
Yes.
in a, yeah, in a barrel.
Yeah, and it's good into the item on the steel ball. It's good into the Typhoons with the bubbles.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about Rooster's position, I have to say.
Yeah, maybe he can get out of the balls and deeper into Sabretooth with like range to deal with these Scorps.
Yeah.
Right, tower goes down. Typhoon's just getting smoked. His own Typhoon's just stuck on a blue arc during debuff. Wasps will take this tower reasonably fast. At least these Typhoons get to pick up some experience at the end.
Sort of.
Yeah, they get to kill a pack of wasps. But Rooster is on notice.
Yep. Eviction notice. Actually, not yet, but
Efficient giant manufacturing picked up for Rooster, so he's gonna turn this whole thing around. He sells the ball
let's see.
and he says, "You know what? It's boats."
I think that's the line. I think this is brilliant. I hope it works
Yeah.
for him.
Sometimes when you're losing, you just say, "Well, maybe I go boats and now I'm winning." That
I
said,
almost. Hmm.
there is an orange man.
Yeah, I wonder if he should ditch the right side. Like, put both boats on the left and beacon
Oh,
everything left.
he launches them and puts them both on the right. Yeah, I was with you on the like if we go on the side that's not Mr. Orange, maybe we don't take very much damage. I think Mr. Orange is just going to kill
Yeah.
these boats. It does
Yep.
13,000 damage, so
And
it's
there's no
two-shotting.
range. So don't they just int?
They just int.
Let's see.
Rooster playing lots of missiles to deal with this Wasp. Wasp doing
Oh,
the dive down the center.
yeah, I don't think that'll work, but we'll see.
Yeah, I like that he makes it vertical just to make it even more
Yeah,
of a dive.
I think that's a great play. Might not work though.
Yeah, there's only a Fang going to it. So it'll get in and then the missiles will take it out, but that's still minus 100.
Yeah.
All right, but keep your eye on the boats. They're not too forward yet. They are killing things.
Oh
Crawlers are
my
getting in.
gosh. Wasps are so annoying. Why does this happen?
Oh, 2 wasps lived. Wow. And towers gone down. Boats have gone down.
And that's it.
Yeah, that was the story was the wasp, really.
Yeah, bit of a one-sided match there, but congrats to Flower Fairy being the first player to make it through the group stages. So he'll be
Yeah.
into the semifinals probably like 2 weeks from now. Rooster's not dead yet.
Well played both games. And
Yeah,
it was wasp. He was wasp in both games. A little bit of
yeah.
jump wasp, a little bit of carry wasp.
They are super meta right now, honestly. Wasps,
Yeah. It's kind of nice though after wasps were so bad for so long.
I agree. I think they're in a great spot.
Yeah. We got Sacco here for a pregame interview / pep talk. What's up?
Pep talk. Oh my goodness.
How are you
It's
feeling, Stock?
fine. It's fine. I made a lot of mistakes. I clicked buttons that weren't correct. I got this dude's just so efficient. Like just
Yeah.
wait for you to drops, arc light carry, worm. Like that's like standard. I hate standard.
All
So that's
right.
what I should have
So
done, basically.
yeah, but he was ahead in arc light levels.
Yeah, I
So
wasn't paying attention. I
if you
didn't know what we
mirror
were
it,
doing.
if you mirror it, you're just smoked.
I bought 3 blue arcs and then I forgot that it's an arc light mirror and then I tried to do other things and then I lost. The
Mm.
War Factory's so bad late into arc light carry.
Yeah, the EMP.
What do you think, Sako? Missile SBC OP?
Holy fuck, bro! I'm like, do I take the Wasp and lose all of it? Do I take the Mustang and lose it? Do I just fucking jump drive? I guess. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I'm like, it's so broken.
Yeah, that
All my
missile
units
spec is
die.
pretty good.
Yeah, you see my spacing too. I'm like, hey, we're gonna put the storm far away
Yeah,
from the first crawler.
we saw that. We saw that. We like the spacing. And then there's one turn where you like shield 3 out of 4 storms and he missiled the other one.
Yeah, oh my god.
All right, well, it's you versus Miasim now, right?
You can't
And
lose
this is a
one.
best of 3.
No, I might just play aggro no matter what. I
You
don't know
might
what
just
false
play
moves.
aggro. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still confident in my standard. I just need to like focus because like I don't know. Whenever it comes to mirrors, I like abandon the mirror and then I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm just like averse to it.
You just gotta, let Bear like in and listen.
I mean, yeah, but
Like if Bear like tells you no, you're playing standard this game, you gotta be like, okay, man, I'll play standard. I got you.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
he'll give you the packs you need.
Yeah, the worm and then the arc light and then the storm
Yeah,
and then the
yeah,
must. Oh my god.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Did you watch the Rooster game where he took down Misum? Did you take any notes?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to counter spiders. It looks like.
There you go.
And the salt melters
Assault Melter.
really
int pick.
bad.
I like the salt melter for Rooster, but maybe
I don't think you
not
can even
for
take it
Mason.
as I don't think you can ever take that card because that's like saying, "Hey, I want to lose to melters." Basically, I don't know.
Yeah. I
Like
agree with
it
that.
sounds good, but like just that, like you lose a melter duel because it has so much HP and like the melter is like the perfect counter to it, right?
Yeah,
But they're
I
so
think
fast.
some of the value went down because like the base HP of Melter used to be higher, right?
Yeah. The card definitely got weaker, but they made it
Yeah.
faster now.
Made it faster,
They buffed the card.
which is cool, I guess.
All right, Sacco, you gotta go so that you can play Miasim here. Good
All
luck.
right, all right.
Good luck.
Jeez.
That's gonna be a very stressful match.
Yes, elimination on the line. And if you win, you still have to get through a rooster.
Yep.
And of
So will
course,
we
we'll
see
have.
spiders for Sako?
Sako has also been enjoying the spiders. So it's if he sees a spider pack, he'll take it. I haven't seen him get into spiders from outside of a pack, but maybe like improved spider card turn 2. I don't know if he plays it.
Yeah, bear leg drop or improved tarantula feels like the only ways that people do it right now.
Yeah, you can get a level 2 spider on turn 2, right? And that's a pretty decent route in, depending on what you started
Yeah,
with.
I think so.
But often on turn 2, I already don't feel like I need a spider. Maybe I should be taking them more.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like the difference between an Arclight and a Tarantula that has HE is pretty big,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Well,
A
and
lot of good
Tarantula's just
players.
so much tankier.
Yeah, they're slightly different units for sure. But a lot of the good players are like getting my Tarantula stuck on big units and having a little bit of trouble with that.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I've been liking Tarantula Melter. But a lot of people
Yeah.
are just playing Spider Boat.
Yeah, that's like the hot meta thing right now.
Yeah, it's every meta, it's just like the tanky chaff clear unit of choice and boat. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, so I think we've identified the problem.
Yep. The boat nerf
But
was very small in this patch, right? A
yeah,
little bit of
5%
HP.
HP, which is pretty relevant, but like the boats usually weren't being touched in those comps. Like it was safe
Yeah.
behind its little thing.
Yeah, their DPS is the bigger thing going on, I feel.
Yeah. All right. Sacco ball crawl missile spec. Pretty good option. Also has quick supply Fang
No
sledge.
tarantulas for
Yeah,
Sako.
no tarantula. Miasim has giant spec Fang Storm, fortified spec crawler storm. I think he might pick giant spec Fang Storm. No, he goes aerial
He likes
crawl
his boats,
tarantula.
honestly. He might aggro,
Yeah,
right?
he might. He might aggro. Sacco giving it a think. There's
Yeah.
also like crawl
Yes.
stang. Okay, we
This is
have the
so fun
missile
to
spec.
watch. I love it.
And wow, Miasim
Recommended formation.
clicks the recommended information. Who is that? I, he's gonna move it around. I don't know who exactly that is. Like,
Yeah, looks like a red hair or something.
yeah, it could be anyone. Because it like the both crawlers on the against the wall was sort of the thing that I'm curious about. Because I know Arbiter likes that sort of middle deep crawler against the wall, but
Hmm.
the late and early crawlers tend to not be on the wall.
Yeah, and the
Maybe the
tower
early one.
crawler is also one space different than most people. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I think Misa might have already adjusted it from the recommended
Oh, okay.
information. But Misa making a few adjustments, but mostly keeping it, does place the one crawler on the other side. And this looks like a sensible aggro slash headbutt formation from Miasim. I mean,
Wow.
and Sacco going on the same side, this will be a headbutt unless one of the players swaps.
Very forward arc lights for Sako. Most people don't
Yeah,
put them ahead like that.
and he puts them with the ball packs. He's going to plan on putting a crawler once the true line is available, kind of a horizontal crawler between and in front so that he doesn't get missiled.
Yeah.
But his arc lights do turn to the crawlers,
Yeah, this is crushing for Sako
and
round one.
balls go to the tarantulas. And boom, they're already gone.
It's a
Arc
big
light's gonna
tempo,
clean
right?
up.
Because he's got
Yeah.
missiles the next turn.
Yeah, there's nothing like particularly exciting to missile strike. I guess you can just take out
No.
some
You're gonna be targeting
crawlers.
crawlers. Yeah, there's nothing else, right? You would never target a tarantula, so.
Yeah. I'm probably using both missiles if I'm Sako, unless like
Mm,
the drops come and it's like
Mustangs.
Mustang, Wasp, Stormcaller.
Do you think Wasp is enough of a reason though, or can we just like think that jump drive is a thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you'd have to check Musim's text. And Musim is air spec, so he might air this round.
Good point. Yeah, let's see. I could see using 0 missiles or 1,
All
honestly.
right, Mustang, Marksman, Fang. So 3 out of 4 do die to the missile strikes.
Hmm.
But you could still just use both and then have them up later. And as Musim, I might be going Sledge here.
Yeah, Sledge for Meesum looks kind of good.
Yep,
Yep.
he does take it. Maybe just like between the tarantulas or yeah,
I like that.
exactly.
That's great.
Of course, Sacco might be wanting to play a Scorpion right there.
Marksman for Sako.
Marksman, they cover some of the air options. Kind of sad not to see it be the Fangs. But I
They would
mean,
feed so much experience.
Crawlers got their health nerfed.
He
All
can
right,
try and cheese
so
the tower if he wants with the missile strike.
yeah, you can do some funny stuff. So he puts 1 missile strike on this late crawler, arc light in the back corner, and missile strike on the crawler. So that crawler would kill that arc light this turn.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna rethink his entire missile striking strategy.
He forgot which missile was which.
Oh yeah, no, he forgot which. I hate that, man.
I know.
They need to have like little letters in them, like A, B, and then just have a
Yeah.
big A.
Color coded or number coded, like you
Okay,
said.
so he's actually not gonna missile out the crawler that's taking his tower. He's just gonna deploy his own crawler or something.
He's saving the missile. Okay.
But yeah, this arc light play is nice because often that crawler comes in and kills the arc light, and then sometimes it even levels, and then the arc light doesn't beat it anyways.
Yep.
The marksman will cover this phantom ray.
Yeah, looks good for Sako. He'll lose his tower, but I don't think it matters too much.
Miasim, like, playing aggro despite running range on his phantom ray over stealth, which I
Oh,
would
wow.
think was the standard. I don't know. He's
That's
like
kinda
the
crazy.
only player running range instead of stealth. I've seen a couple people that have both.
Yeah, some people just don't even run range, right?
But yeah, most people don't run range.
Yeah.
Because stealth is just good and you always click stealth and you don't use range.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do have range. He can range them and have them be behind his tarantulas.
Mm-hmm.
That is an option that's available.
Got 2 equipments here.
Amp core laser sight. Amp core on the sacrificial sledges. They are top damage, so I guess
I
that's
kinda
fair.
love it, honestly.
Yeah, you love it until Sacco plays 1 scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion or Hacker or something like that.
Yeah,
But I like forcing it out, honestly. I really
and
like that play.
more phantom rays, one of which is going to cover this arc light flank.
Yep.
So reasonably happy if you're Sacco to be getting an additional deploy to cover this flank. He does put a crawler.
Yep. The towers are still so open. I don't know what both players are gonna do about that.
Yes, both players unfortified, completely open, storm cheeseable, phoenixable.
Yeah. Like, you have to do something. Okay, Sako does the fortify.
And he takes a missile strike on the Phantom Ray, despite it not being enough to kill. It'll just put them into range of being 1-shot by marksman instead of 2-shot.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Kills the crawler as well. Or some of a crawler.
Yep. So Sako's gonna need much more anti-air after seeing this turn, right? Now there's 9 Phantom Rays on the board.
Yes, and he does not have double shot or assault on his marksman bar,
Yeah.
which are the 2 best anti-phantom ray techs.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll go, like, Mustangs or, like, more Marksman. Maybe just Wasp, I have no idea.
Yeah,
There's also
Wasp.
Wraith, right? Because it's a headbutt.
Yeah, but Wraith kind of can get bodied by phantom rays.
They do, yeah.
They're
It's
sort of
just
like a sledge that can shoot back,
yep.
and Wraith takes a while to clear units like sledge. I think once a
Yeah.
Wraith is big, it can definitely dominate, but It just won't get big. The Phantom Rays will get big.
For sure. It's just good because it's a headbutt, but I agree it's like pretty
Mm-hmm.
sketchy.
Subsidized marksman, additional deploy, rhino, and shield airdrop. Misim goes with additional deploy. He's
Yep.
not super open to getting rhinoed, and additionally deploys another flank combatant.
He can make so many Phantom Rays per turn. Think about it.
Yeah, Saka's still thinking about it.
Yep. Takes it as well. Probably a lot of chaff coming out.
Yes. More crawler. He gets all of his marksmen leveled up so they can now one-shot Phantom Rays. And you don't have to worry about stealth. It's just sort of a numbers game. But there is
Yeah.
the Wasp.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say I'm super worried if he doesn't get something.
He gets 2 Wasps, doesn't tech him. Wasps beat Phantom Rays untech'd.
Handily, right?
Yeah. So, well, and they like it takes a long time for the Phantom Rays to get through them. So if you have an additional unit shooting at Phantom Rays like Marksman, it's even
Yeah.
better. And the Wasps are starting to get in. The Marksmen are shooting stuff. The Tarantulas take a while to kill, though. Miasim does have a level available on this crawler that goes tower every round. He might want to take it.
Yeah. Could be good. The Wasps get it done, it looks like.
Yep.
That's a big round, too. Like, experience is really important right now on the Marksman and the Wasps.
Yes, Marksman did a lot of damage. This Wasp was actually number 3, beating one of the Marksmen.
Does it get a level on the tower here?
God, the crawlers. It does. The Marksman delay killing the crawlers just enough for it to kill, but it doesn't get a level. That was 2. I think
Just
there were
short.
Wasps. It was a mixed pack. It was Wasps from both packs in
Oh,
there.
really?
Because
Nice.
I was clicking around and I saw different experience numbers. All right, Fire Badger for Miasim. And for Sacco, it is a great headbutting chaff clear unit.
I think it's really good for Meesum here. He doesn't have the best chaff clear, right?
Yeah, he had tarantulas. Like, he might have been thinking, like, okay, this turn I tech tarantula, and now you have Fire Badger, and you're like, well, do I?
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is the issue I have with staggered missiles, is if Sacco had both missile strikes, he could just double strike this when one of the Phantom Rays, like the one covering the flank or something.
Is that good, though? Not convinced.
If it like messes up their flank defense, I don't think it does as it is because the tarantula is there, but
Yeah, I see
he's
your
he's
point.
he's missile striking Phantom Rays to like not fully kill them, which is a little
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, that's really sad. I don't know why he's doing it. Oh, because he's a Wasp there. Huh.
Yeah, he's adding a Wasp into the flank to be annoying. He does
Interesting.
tech anti-air. Miasim, meanwhile, burst mode
Yeah.
on the Phantom Rays. Miasim is cooking.
It's pretty powerful tech, honestly. It's kind of like charge shot on like Phoenix, for example.
Yeah, it's sort of like a double shot. It really reduces your attack speed.
Yeah, I guess double shot's a better analog.
And in the little flyby, Wasps managed to take out one of them, but now they're going tower. It is a level 1 tower.
This beacon run by is so funny.
So Sacco takes tower first, and Sacco's new flanking Wasps win that flank.
It's crushing. Holy. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about Phantom Rays. I have not been having success with them lately.
I've been having success with the stealth mode tech.
They nerfed it.
I
I'm feeling
haven't
the
seen
$50.
Yeah, I haven't seen burst mode working out.
Mm. Yeah, I tried it for my first time yesterday. Didn't work out for me, but it seems like good DPS for sure.
Oh yeah, they're the best DPS unit, and it is a high DPS tech. As you said,
Yeah.
charge shot is a good comparison.
Hmm.
Uh, portable shields all around.
For the Badgers, I guess.
Yeah, Amp Core has been transferred to a Badger. Miasim also selling out of Tarantulas just says it's Badger Phantom right now. That's the strat. And now Miasim gets his own Wasps with anti-air. Says, I'm the aerial spec. You can't just Wasp me.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. He should maybe range them as well. I have no idea. Maybe not.
Agreed.
It's
I
just it's
think,
all or nothing, right? You have to win the Wasp battle.
yeah, I think both players are going to get into range next turn, if not this turn.
Yeah.
Sacco grabbing another Wasp. Has 450. Could be a loaning spot. Oh
Yep.
yeah, it is additional deploy. You tend to see fewer
Oh
techs
yeah.
when there's additional deploy because you're like, well, I gotta get all those deploys.
Yeah. The board just
I
gets crazy.
I bought this thing.
Bubble right there.
The other thing about these wasps from Miasim is like soon they just get missile struck all the time.
True, and he's not gonna jump drive for 250. Or
Yeah,
is he?
especially when you need range.
Yeah.
And Miasim doesn't even run shields on him
Yep.
because jump drive's so important. So Sacco retreating his wasp, but also gets another wasp. Oh man, that's a lot of wasps.
Yeah, I think Sokka's got this, but we'll see.
And he has a fang kind of in front of his tower. Yeah, Wasp's doing great for Sako. Ball's still alive with that port shield. Suddenly he's clearing so fast that everything that was killing the balls is no longer.
Needs to deal 428 damage here. He may be able to do that.
Yeah, he's got 3 marksmen alive there. An entire ball pack, 3 arc lights as well. So he's doing well over that much. And that's going to be game.
All right, game 1 goes to Sokko in this best of 3. This is elimination match now for Meesum coming up. He must win.
But nice to see some aggro slash headbutt out of Miyasim. A rare
Yep.
sight.
You can never be sure you'll get one in a 501 versus 201. You know, the 201s
Yeah.
might just defense every single game. So
Yeah.
definitely gives me some pride though when 501 wins the headbutt.
Yeah, it's you've seen this movie before, you know.
Yeah, we should lose the standard versus standard and win the headbutt. We got to be good at something. Come on.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what the fear leads to respect line is about. Is if they fear your aggro enough, they'll play so defensive that they lose to your standard.
There you go.
All right, Miasim finds the Typhoon spec. Ball
Oh,
arc
could be aggro
might be
again.
aggro again. Sacco
If he takes
Farseer?
aerial, yeah, Farseer or aerial, I'd say. He's
There's
gonna
also
defense if he does aerial. Oh, Farseer. Okay.
Farseer, yeah. And he doesn't run. He's running standard techs on his marksman, but it's still fine to play them in like aggro or semi aggro.
Yep.
But they're kind of just on opposite sides of that previous matchup, tarantulas versus balls.
Mm.
But Sacco has the marksman to provide some damage. Oh my god, and Miasim just saying, I know a pretty good ball arc formation. Check this out.
He's
I've
stealing it, man.
never seen it lose. You can't just steal his formation, Miasim. What the heck is this? He's like finding out live. Well, how do you beat this then? All right, and Sacco actually going to play defensive says, I seen you aggro, so maybe I just play spider defensive.
I don't know if I like Spider on defense. I tried it yesterday against Red Hair. I got smashed.
I think of them as being okay, but the issue, like the reason I won't play them defensive against a 2-1 player with balls most of the time is because they're just going to be playing it standard and sell out and go storms, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, dang it, you got me.
for sure.
But you know, the same techs are good, like range HE.
Hmm.
That was originally like the main spot I was clicking HE on was just defense. All right, but the balls get in already.
Yeah, you don't really win round 1
Nope.
ever.
Yeah, against an ASIM push. Not common. But Mason manages to lose one entire ball pack and keep the other, which means these balls might level. Oh wait, no, there's still one imposter.
Ah, okay. That's
Okay,
fortunate for
they
Sako.
they do level. They do level. But yeah, somehow one of those balls in there is from the other pack. I don't know how that happened. Subsidized
Ooh.
arc light.
It's early enough. There's also mass prod Rhino. That's not out of the question.
Yeah, and you could take it if you're Miasim. I don't think Sako would want to run it into the balls.
No,
Miasim takes the photon coating.
that's fair.
Wasp swarm for Sako looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Because both of these towers are completely open and there's no anti-air.
Yep. I think that's going to be the pick, unless he likes photon coating.
Yeah, I like. Is photon coating any good? I see people take it,
Hmm.
and I just
I think it's good.
I don't take it. I don't know. It's
I don't take it either, but I think it's like in theory good.
yeah. All right, arc light in the corner. Wow, these plays. And Sako actually
Wow.
defensive with the wasp swarm. I guess if your opponent doesn't shoot up, if they don't take wasp swarm, your wasps win no matter where they are. If they do,
Yeah.
defensive is fine. He actually puts it in the one spot where it might get missiled, and I don't think they all get missiled though. Like one missile never covers a whole wasp swarm.
That's the great thing about doing this is you minus 50 them and you win.
Yeah, yeah, brutal.
Yeah.
So that tarantula goes down.
You leveled that crawler to blue, by the way.
Yeah, I like leveling the crawler that's uncontested to blue because
Yeah.
it's harder to just fort the tower.
And it kills an arc light, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And if they do decide to play something to cover it, you know, you can just develop further on that side. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, stifling the bleeding here is very good for Sako. Both players are now going to get their big 300 cost unit.
Yes, the Typhoon versus the Farseer. And here comes the Scorpion
Yeah.
for Sacco, presumably. I mean, maybe he likes the Mustang. No, he doesn't.
Just too good.
And Miasim gets the melter. Sacco knows that I would chew him out if he took anything besides the Scorpion here.
Yeah. You gotta take
Uh,
the Scorpion.
it's just too good.
It's too good. Oil's also looking quite good, right?
Yeah, yeah. Miasim fully just packing in here. Sacco adding some fangs to prevent those fast deaths on the tarantula. Farseer is just going to cover this flank. Or maybe it won't. He can't decide.
Hmm.
I liked it there. It just like shoots the arc light and then turns around and helps.
I like that too, yeah.
And the Scorpion on the outside, I guess, helps cover stuff coming in from the flank, helps get the blue ball with the photon coating. It will very easily one-shot through that item.
Mm.
And
Wow.
okay, the Farseer is back to killing the arc light. He's just going, why wouldn't I take this? This is just so free.
Look how safe Sako is playing with that Fang on the right side.
Yeah. Because it could be another side push. He's going like,
Yeah.
surely he plays around oil by attacking my other side, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's oil and the Scorpion. Yeah, it does make sense. But
Yep, and
the Fang will be useless though.
Scorp doing work. It is getting melted, actually, which is kind of funny.
Yep. That's big for Misum.
Yeah. I think the marksman will finish this out along with the Farseer.
Yeah, there's a
They
lot of
do
stuff
outrange
left.
a melter.
Well, didn't need the oil to get the round win, so still has it in his pocket if he wants it.
Yep. Well, now he's seen that Miasim through the unit drop plus specialist unit will
Yeah.
continue to deploy that same side and has to be like, I mean,
Yeah.
come on then.
Mustang
Light,
prod line.
yeah, Mustang prod for the melter could be nice. Subsidized arc light
Oh,
for Miasim
what?
when he
That's
has that
crazy,
many
isn't
arc
it?
lights down. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more efficient than efficient light manufacturing if all you're gonna make is arc lights.
Yeah, for sure. I'd just be comparing it to Skip, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting. He wants more, I guess.
Sako's board doesn't like particularly lose to arc lights,
No.
so it's a curious choice.
Yeah. And he has no levels on the arc lights, right? So he's not close to like carrying with them or anything like that.
Yeah, but maybe he's figuring arc light melter is the board from here. We sell
Yeah.
out of everything that's getting scorped, and we just arc
Yeah.
melter down.
Maybe it
But
makes sense.
marksman is quite good into arc melter, and they are leveling.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good. Especially if you have EMP, which he does.
Yeah, Sako's techs are like he has the techs you want in that matchup.
He's got
Range,
Farseer
elite,
for EMP as
EMP.
well, so
Yeah.
he is well prepared to deal with the Melter endgame when all of the other units are dead.
Yep.
And he gets another win.
Yeah, winning despite the range advantage. Sako can perhaps level up some units. Efficient giant manufacturing for
with the
Miasim.
subsidized arc light.
So now all of his units cost less. But I mean, Sako's units all cost less because he has efficient light.
hmm
It's one less tarantula on the outside. Marksman levels.
Look at the shape of Misim's board, by the way. He's going for like a diagonal line.
Yeah, this is somewhat typical, especially of like 201 aggro, which, is less common, but
hmm
you have your strong push on one side, and then you're sort of defending the other tower, and then you just have like a smooth curve between those.
Yeah, I think with long range units, that also makes more sense, right?
Yes, yes. It doesn't really accomplish anything if your units are like fast moving into battle type units.
Yeah.
And a retreat beacon says, nope, I don't like this aggro stuff. I'm getting out of
Wow.
here.
Sooner or later he'll be behind his towers. They'll be
Yeah,
level
he'll
5.
redeploy will come up. All of the melters will get behind the towers. All right, the crawlers are not being cleared here despite all of the arc lights.
mm.
So melters kind of just shooting crawlers. Zako's still not respecting the range tech at all. Oh, no, he has range on his tarantulas. But pretty good damage as Miasim transitions his comp.
Yeah, that's a lot of tempo now. He may want to loan already, we'll see.
Rhino Worm Wraith Overlord. Kind of all useless? Like for both players? The
Yeah.
Rhinos may be good for Miasim or the Worm.
I do think, yeah, Misum probably has more options here than Sako.
Yeah, like all of these things get melted.
hmm
So Sako could go Sandworm Mective, or he could just sell. But Sacco covers the air options with his marksman. Okay, he takes the boat actually
Sells
and
it, yeah.
sells it. Okay, maybe
Of
I,
course.
I didn't I didn't check what was the best sell.
Yeah.
Uh, and Spider Mines. He sees that Miasim is moving into a bit of a standard board and says,
Yeah.
"Well, the way you play spiders in standard is you spam them and you get mines. This is the system."
Yeah, true. There's no wasp counter for Misum either. Like, these
Yeah,
melters will get stuck.
on the wasp drop.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
threatening to buy more, but he's not doing it.
Yeah, would like to see marksman range at
Yeah, I
some
agree.
point.
They are important part of the army, I'd say. There is a boat drop, so like in theory, Sako could be scary, but he's got Farseers and all the
Yeah,
mercs.
and I'm also curious, like, what are we doing with the Scorps? Are we keeping them? Are we selling
Yeah,
out because Miasum sold out of all the things Scorp is countering?
I would sell
Like,
them personally.
you could range them and just have them be the thing that's killing the melters for you, but
Yeah,
probably not
you could.
necessary. Yeah, Miasum goes into oil. The worm has the item and it's on the side that the scorpions are not.
He gave
Might
it
be,
Photon, with the only way
yeah,
possible to give a worm Photon.
yes. This might now be the round win for Miasim, although there's some spider mines coming out.
Yeah, it'll be close.
It's hard to kill the worm for Sacco.
A lot of mines
Oh,
out.
spider mine's taking tower though. Wow, that was just enough. But the worm takes a nice tower timing.
Oh, I think
Oh,
Sako's got
very
it.
close. Yeah. Wow. The Farsi are doing work still.
Yep,
Orbital bombard for Miasim.
looks pretty good.
Maybe just the same thing for Sacco. Oh, Miasim going into Vulcans.
Skip. He doesn't want the EMP. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like you could EMP maybe two of the melters or something, but
Yeah, even just one melter. It's like, I don't know.
the Vulcan is very funny to me.
Yeah.
I guess arc lights just weren't enough chaff clear. It's got to be Vulcans. Mason back to his old bread and butter.
Or like, is it good at killing the mines? Is that his thought process?
Oh yeah, maybe. Like they're kind of low DPS though.
They are, yeah.
Sacco just going to continue spamming tarantulas. As he said in the interview, it seems like Miasim doesn't know how to counter tarantulas. And he is selling the Scorp. He sees
Yeah,
everything Scorp counters getting sold and says, okay,
I like that.
I took this, I made you sell your entire team,
EMP on the
and now I
marksman
sell it.
before range. You wanted range, but nope. And
And
acid. What the hell?
acid, I didn't even know he runs acid. He's a maniac. It has photons, sir.
It has photon and there's only one, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. Might even hurt him more than it helps him. This could be like the throw that Misum needs.
Yeah, maybe. There are crawlers like in and amongst his tarantulas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually a little bit worried right now.
Yeah, Sacco getting kind of blown up by the EMP and his own acid.
Yeah, this was a spell round for sure, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
still worried.
Sacco takes giga damage here.
Giga damage.
Jeez. Spooky.
Spooky.
All right. Elite Hacker, Elite Wasp, redeploy heavy armor. Kind of a blank unless you're like Elite Wasping. Oh, he's Elite Wasping.
Yeah.
Elite Wasp kind of does smoke Miasim's team.
It does. Do you need them to be level 3 though versus level 1? I guess if you care about the damage.
Yeah, you're taking them for damage.
Hmm.
Like you need something that can kill these giants. But the
So
thing is,
they
if he doesn't quite kill Miasim, maybe gets into one more giant, takes the Fort AA or something, or just like
yeah.
gets a bunch of Mustangs.
The 3 wasps are only 600 damage, right? So they'll never kill Misum if they're the only things left.
Yeah, well, some of them would be killed because the melter will kill like a few wasps.
You're right, yeah.
But
So
I think like in the world where Sacco's winning here, I think a few tarantulas are surviving.
yeah, hopefully for his sake.
Mobile beacon. Yeah, Miasim has started to get well past the threshold of efficient giant manufacturing. I guess Sacco also has efficient light, so but
That's
efficient
right.
giant
Yeah.
like eventually still just outpaces because they're giants.
It's true.
All right, the crawlers get missiled out, but without the bombard, there's a lot less crawlers just dying at the feet of the tarantulas.
hmm The acid looks okay. Like he's not inting himself. I don't
He
think.
kind of is inting himself, to be
Now
honest.
he is. Yeah.
But
Only
the
on a few
wasps are
things though.
blocking up the melters quite well and doing damage. Marksmen are applying EMP. Yeah, I don't think acid did anything good. I think
No, it
acid
did
was
nothing
only
good.
bad.
Yeah, I agree. But I was worried it would be like catastrophic,
All right,
It
he
looked
does not
catastrophic.
win, in fact.
No. Oh
So
god.
now Miasim can play something to counter. Extended
ER Vulcan.
range Vulcan comes out. He'll take it, but it's not a wasp counter. He'll take
So
crawler
underground
spawning.
threat would put acid in the face of the opponent? Maybe.
Yes, underground threat could be the thing that Sacco needs here. He puts it in the back. I would kind
I
of like
like
it
that
just like
kinda.
I would like it on the left, like where that melter is just directly on the
I was
flank.
thinking about that too, yeah. Because it would kill it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it full kills, but it definitely hurts it.
Yeah.
But it's more elite wasps. Is Miasim going to react
He
to the
has to.
wasps?
How do you not react to it?
Well, he's only has $100 left, and I don't see a
Oh my
reaction.
gosh. What the hell?
He actually has Typhoon unlocked, and Sacco's out of the Scorps, so he could have even Typhooned there. But
How like what?
I guess the reaction is just crawler spawning and like Melter Copium.
Melter copium for sure, yeah.
Wasps are fake. Yeah, they can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Sacco taking a couple bubbles and some AM devices to just
Yeah.
slow the EMP barraging down. Misim goes underground on the crawlers to pair with his summoning, but the tarantulas are still pretty good at killing it. Okay, but that is a lot of
Dude.
wasps.
Look how many wasps there are. There's
I
no
think
way.
Misim was just like, surely he doesn't buy 4 more wasps. And
Oh
Sacco's
my
like, no,
gosh.
or no, 3 more wasps. It was the last game that had the
He's
deploy
just dead
spec.
to the wasp for sure.
Seemingly,
Oh my
that's a
gosh.
lot of wasps. All right. And that is game. There was no spec delay on that one, by the way. Or was
Oh,
there? Because I see the GG and the prediction thing disappear at the right time. But
okay.
that means even I was not spoilered. I was sitting there going like, spec delay must be off, right? I don't see the prediction going away, but like surely spec delay is off.
Yeah, no, it'll be on
Uh,
next time for sure if it wasn't this time.
yeah, Elite Wasp, pretty good card there. If we get Sacco in another interview, we have a couple of important questions for him. Yeah, so Sacco is or no, he's not through. Miasim is dead. Sacco still has to beat Rooster. So we got Sacco in here, and Sacco. So tell me about the acid.
Listen, there's worm. There's a fucking worm. Okay, hear me out. There's like 20 million melters coming your way. Okay, he has photon, whatever. But I'm just hoping magically the worm disappears in the acid. Know what to do, but I'm just gonna ignore it and then like have wasps. That's my plan. It's probably not worth 200, but
Yeah.
I don't know
Was
what else to do about that.
was Wasp the plan even before Elite Wasp card showed up, or was
No,
that
it was.
just
I
a
was just
sure I'll
buying
take it?
time. I'm like, melters don't beat Melters don't beat spiders because I could spawn infinite mines. But then you got the
Yeah.
Vulcans, so I was kind of just ignoring the Melters until the game ended, and then I needed something for the Melters. I was going wasps. I was gonna go like chaff wasps, but then like
Mhm.
elite wasp came up. I'm like, okay, DPS doesn't hurt, so just keep spamming elite wasp. He's so greedy. He's like 3 more Melters with beams will definitely hit all the wasps.
Yeah, and what do you think about him stealing your formation from game 1 in game 2?
He's like, it worked before, surely. But like
Yeah.
I was so surprised he did aggro or headbutt spiders. Like it's
Yeah.
weak round 1, but like the whole point of aggro spiders into balls is you go HE immediately and then like you just win the chaff war. But he didn't do that. He went raise. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rays were a little sketchy, I think.
Yeah, and burst. I don't have any units with HP yet. Like maybe I don't know what he was thinking with that. Like was he thinking burst beats wasp or something if they like lock on at the same
Yeah.
time? Maybe it does in like isolation, but I was a
Mm.
bit surprised by that.
I don't know.
Same.
I haven't cooked enough.
I'm not really a Ray believer. I think they're a little bit it's a good unit out of a drop, but like committing to Ray strats doesn't seem that good. Like you just get boated or you get wasp or whatever. I don't know.
So what do
Yeah.
you think was in Meesem's mind there at the end when he sees 3 wasps on the battlefield? You have the ability to produce 3 more. That'd be 6 total, and he didn't buy any anti-air.
Yeah, he did he buy? I didn't see what he bought, but he probably bought like 3 more melters because he's like crawler production. We must
Yeah.
efficiently manufacture. Like I would honestly sometimes I do the same. I'm like, I mean, 3 more melter beams technically beats the wasp, but yeah, I don't know what you do there. That like the Mustangs. I guess you go Mustangs with range AA. You
You
recruit
have
them
to get
blue, and you
anti-air.
Or
probably
he
Yeah.
it's
he
probably still
has
rough. I
Typhoon
don't know.
unlocked, and you've sold the Scorp, so he could also go back into Typhoon there.
True. Yeah, I don't know what you do there. I guess you just go Mustangs, or I guess yeah, like late Typhoons with AA.
Yeah, or like Fort Anti-Air or something. I
Or
don't know.
well-placed missiles or something.
Yeah.
But nice game. You still have to beat a Rooster
Yep.
to get in.
But this win was important because we have a 501 guaranteed going through now.
Mm-hmm.
So, well done.
True.
Sounds good.
All right, so you versus Rooster. It all comes down to this. What's it gonna be?
We'll see.
We'll see.
I
All
don't
right,
know. I don't
keeping it
know.
close to the chest.
Whatever bear like tells you to do. There's no decision making. It's
Yeah.
listen to bear like signals and
Yeah,
follow it
Let Bear
into
like
the
in.
darkness.
Trust. All right. Good luck, sir.
Good
All
luck.
right, take care.
The pep talk. I love that concept.
Yeah.
We're like supposed to be unbiased, and it's just like,
Yeah, Rooster does have a 100% win rate versus 501, according to the stats. Though we don't know how many games that was.
we just know it was from October to November, and we know that it was top 50 players.
I know he beat me in that tournament. He boated me.
Mm. Yeah, that's right. He won a tournament and like just crushed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he gained like 200 MMR in 1 day or something.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I win tournaments. I don't win any MMR.
Yeah. Sorry, you got the CP though, right?
No, there's no more CP from friendlies.
Oh,
They
I
took it
see.
out when they launched this new system.
Rip.
All right, here we go. Sacco versus Rooster. Bit of a classic showdown. Yeah, back in the day when Sacco was streaming a lot, but like once he sort of had his stream schedule and he wasn't just like traveling around the world with his sleep cycle, it would often be the Sacco stream raid into the Rooster stream. So it was like always this continuity between these two. So it's nice to see the showdown.
Absolutely.
And they're both quite flexible, standard aggro, defense, headbutt. So anything could happen. They've both been tarantula enjoyers.
Yeah, I think it's fairly
Uh,
likely we'll see a headbutt or aggro on both sides at least.
mhm. Historically, both have been Phoenix enjoyers. I think there's a good chance that they look at each other's packs, and the one with the more naturally defensive pack will set up defense.
I
It's
think
like the
that's
main reason.
possible,
It's the
yeah.
main reason headbutts aren't that common is because usually one player will say, "Oh, I
Yeah.
don't want the headbutt. I will take defense."
Especially balls. Balls are the main unit that does that.
Yeah, I mean, it used to always happen with air spec when
Yeah.
it
Wraith's
it gave
headbutt.
range and
Oh, yeah.
like Wraith and Boat were both really strong at the time. All right, here we go. Coming in.
This is a best of 3, guys. Whoever wins this best of 3 gets through to the semifinals and finals 2 weeks from now.
Right, Sacco's got a nice Rhino pack with spiders. Rooster has a elite
Oh, we are
ball
cooking.
crawl. Rooster is an elite enjoyer. He plays a lot of elite spec. He does quite well with it.
5k HP.
Yeah, 5k HP. He saw the Fang Stormcaller Marksman spec and just said, "No, no, not that. Don't give me that. Give me the elite."
No, and your prediction was correct about who's gonna headbutt or not.
Right. Sacco gonna set up defensive. He was talking about the strategy there, but as he said, you don't necessarily want Tarantula headbutt into the balls, which was sort of like what he did to Miasim, right?
Yep,
It
exactly.
was it was the inverse of the previous game, and Sacco just said, "Yeah, I'm just not gonna take the headbutt. I'm just gonna
Yep.
deploy
And
over here."
look how different Rooster's positioning is compared to like Misim and Sako.
Yeah, Rooster. So one thing notable about Rooster's positioning is that the arc lights are on the same line as the balls.
Hmm.
Most players will put the arc lights a little ahead of the balls because they are slower.
Yeah, I do what Rooster does just because like when they're too far forward, they either get sniped or they get stuck on something, and I dislike both of those.
Yeah, there's a bit of a finesse to it, but
Yeah,
this does make sense. The balls are stuck for longer, but the balls engaging first means they will engage any forward tanks.
we could see an Arclight carry game coming out of this.
That is true. He runs elite and armor, no charge shot. Right, but the outside arc gets to juice or the tarantula just kills it. See a little bit of chatter between the players. I don't know if that shows up on stream.
Nope.
So I'm excited to see what these cards are.
Yeah, the cards will decide a lot here.
Or maybe it's just some funny play that Sacco makes. All right, we got intensive training, subsidized steel ball, fortified hacker, anti-interference.
Hmm.
Uh, sub ball can be a really fun card, but it gets hacked. But then there's like you can't take sub ball and the anti-interference module.
Yeah, intensive was an option for Rooster if he wanted Arclight carry, but
Mm-hmm.
a little
I usually
expensive.
skip it if I'm elite because it's like I already have lots of access to additional levels. All right,
Yeah.
Sacco takes the wasp. So Rooster's comment upon seeing the wasp was, "Sacco, please, my PTSD." But Rooster does have one random fang in the back. I guess it's just the flank cover fang and the forward fang. They are
Yeah.
blue fangs, so the fangs will actually handle the wasp.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Because
just like his anti-air.
yeah, at elite they are perfectly fine into wasp.
Very interesting.
So that's not like why he put the fang there, but it works out quite well for Mr. Rooster.
Yep.
And he's gonna take another round with the balls.
Yeah, it's looking good. Elite tempo is coming in clutch.
Yes. Oh, the one ball smartly going off to the Tarantula. Says, let me take care of this, that we can optimize our debuff, get over to the other Tarantula. That tower is fortified. Crawlers are stuck on it. But Sacco has the level available on those crawlers, which he could take in order to pressure that tower a little more. I really want to see Rooster somehow get into like Fang carry, but I guess with his positions of his Fangs, it makes no sense. He's never going to do that.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a comp showing yet,
But
right? We're
there's the
still
Assault Fang.
yeah. It actually could be okay to click, but
Haste module picked
haste
up
is
for
so good though.
Sacco. Yeah, does he haste the Wasp and jump it? So now it is a
Ooh.
26 meter per second Wasp.
Yeah, I guess he'll start targeting that left tower with it, right?
Mm-hmm. And Rooster also picks up haste. I don't know where it goes for him. Maybe he holds
Yep.
it for a drop.
Yeah, it looks like both players are just waiting for drops and are not committing to anything.
Yeah,
'Cause
Sacco not adding any like powerful weapons to his board, so he doesn't
no.
really have anything to kill the balls with. I
Yeah, and
guess
Rooster's just buying chaff, so
yeah, the outside tarantula levels. Oh, the crawler that is Sacco's top damage and went tower last round is actually his middle crawler. I don't even know how that worked.
yeah, it did so much damage. I guess it got stuck on the tower and just like did so much
Yeah,
damage to the tower.
I guess it saw the Arclight in mid, but that Arclight was already locked on Sacco's Tarantula, and then they kill
Yeah,
that Arclight and then it goes tower from there.
must
Kind of
be.
weird.
Oh, the
And
wasp was not placed to kill the tower, which I'm very surprised by.
mhm. And the Rooster not messing around this time, takes Mustang, gives it the haste
Yeah,
module.
that's really interesting.
So he says, I don't need those wasps. I'm gonna Mustang in
He had
various
arc lights already
locations.
too, so like, yeah, he's just being a generalist, really, waiting for like a big
Hmm.
single target to show up.
Yeah, well, Mustangs and Arclights work together pretty fine.
hmm It's just he had so many fangs already for the wasp that I was surprised.
Yeah, yeah. This leveled Tarantula actually just gonna kill Rooster's entire board.
What a
Sacco somehow
beast!
winning despite not really committing anything.
Yep. Now
And
he
now
gets a
all of his
rhino.
tarantulas level.
All
And there's
right.
the Scorpion.
We got phoenixes and scorpions as far as carries go.
Sacco actually likes the Fire Badger. Oh, just for the cell.
Huh. It's like,
And he
what's his
puts,
carry gonna be then?
I don't know. He's contemplating various positions to put this
And wasn't
Badger
rhino the
Wasp pack.
sell? Like, you actually want the rhino against the balls? He sold one ball
Yeah,
though.
balls are getting sold.
Kind of risky, but
Rhino could go in a flank somewhere, or it could just join this little party.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Badger Wasp flank Rhino tower dive makes sense.
Yeah.
Range on the tarantulas. I imagine Rooster wins this round with the Phoenixes.
Um,
I don't think
Probably.
Sacco's Wasp survives long enough to like kill both packs of Phoenixes.
Yeah.
But maybe this Mustang should be getting pulled to the Badger.
Yep,
Phoenix
definitely.
takes a little while to kill the Rhino. But yeah, no, it doesn't take too long. Well covered by Rooster there.
Yep. Maybe the wasps kill like some of the phoenixes, but
Yeah,
definitely
some of
not all
them,
of them.
they're just gonna not even going. They're just gonna fly away
Oh.
and go all the way to the other tower. It's funny, they take little parting shots at that tower, but don't actually stay on it.
Yeah, I don't
All
really
right,
understand that.
but some fangs of Rooster is gonna go clear him out.
Just an air win, I guess.
Yep,
Oh wait.
Sacco has like 4 fangs.
Is that actually enough?
Hold. Phoenix shot 1 or 2 of them.
I
All
mean,
right. Fangs OP.
yeah, I think he's got it.
Mm, it's close.
It
This
is
is like
close.
half health already,
Oh,
but
there's
it
only
takes a
4.
couple of the fangs. I think they get it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
All right. Eat 24 damage. The wasp levels. Efficient light is shown.
like Rooster has 5k HP, and he didn't go
Yeah,
for.
damage hasn't been that high. Sacco probably just calculating whether he can get away with it, decides maybe not.
Yeah, I understand that.
So he takes the photon coating. Second game in a row we see it.
It's a good target
Slaps
for
it
him.
on the flank badger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like it.
because he can sell that later and get the coating back.
hmm The
All right.
the wasp long term is just gonna int though, right? It has haste module, so like it'll be so
Yeah,
fast.
but he'll just move it again.
Yeah, I guess so.
For
Put a
this turn,
crawler
it
there.
spawns in.
Yeah.
HE on the spiders and more chaff. Sacco just kind of figuring, yeah, seems like Fangs can take care of it. That's just fine. What's fun? These aren't even like late Fangs.
Yeah, they're early.
It was the forward Fangs. I love. I'm just like clicking the 3 Fang packs. The one in the middle just randomly has 14,000 damage dealt.
Yeah, tells all the story. Look at this wasp, by the way, that just got added.
Oh yeah, I think it still is stuck though, right? And Sacco's wasp spawned in time.
See, look how much value that photon coating was.
Yeah. I mean, they still lose to the Mustangs there.
Yeah, but it killed a wasp it otherwise wouldn't have.
And the Fangs. Oh, wait, no, there's Fangs on the left. But there's like a whole pack of Mustangs. But the Fangs will kill one of the Phoenixes. That's pretty cool.
Might be the same story again. I think it will be.
Yeah, that's crazy. Fangs OP.
It might be close again, though.
I
In
think the
fact,
Phoenixes get him. They take the tower and then they take them
yeah,
all down, yeah. Hey, but the
they could have
Fangs level.
taken efficient light, man. They could have gotten away
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, if it weren't those for those meddling kids.
A lot of tarantula levels.
Overlord offered, along with Sandworm, Fortress, and Scorp. Sacco takes the Scorp. Birds aren't
Ah,
real.
that's
Just
interesting.
just sells it, takes the shmoney.
Ah, okay.
And gonna do the old wasp beacon thing.
I think you really have to ask yourself, how do you kill fortresses? And he finds the melter.
So it's melters. I guess he saw with those drops,
There's
you're
worm,
kind of
fortress.
guaranteed something big and beefy.
Yeah. Yep, I like this a lot.
Melter Tarantula works pretty well. The one issue is that Rooster does have some wasps
Yeah, that's true.
and could bug up the melters with them. But Sacco can always just take a few more fangs and go fang range if that happens.
Yeah. Might just have to go zone Mustangs depending on how the game plays out.
Yeah. It's a funny position from Rooster. His push is very centered. Usually a fort stang push, you're kind of coming in from one of the angles, like one corner.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see this very often at
But he's
all.
just very straight up centered push. And the melters are nice because they cover forts, but they are also sufficient anti-air to kill a unit like Phoenix.
Yep.
Because you don't need
2 birds, 1
much.
stone. Literally.
Yep. And there they go. Fortress is dead. Phoenix on the right. Now the fortress on the right. Sacco's wasps getting in a timely fashion, but like it doesn't really do anything.
I think that round was really brutal as well because every tarantula leveled, and these tarantulas are just snacking on the Mustangs.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 tarantula levels, 2 melter levels if he wants them. Barrier offered.
Wow.
It's gonna be bombard from Rooster.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Rooster also sort of has to be worried about bombard because
Oh yeah,
he has all these Mustangs.
100%.
Sacco
But
now
Sako,
sells out of that Fire Badger. Gonna get the
yep.
items transferred over. Yep, here's the shields, and it is range charge shot on the Phoenixes. And
Mm,
sell out of the fortress. This is one of my old favorite comps. Mustang
yeah.
Phoenix. I don't need a tank. I'm just here to kill you.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Trinity, right? With Mustangs added on top.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the arcs are a very minor part of his comp at this point. They're
They are,
doing
yeah.
kind of nothing.
I don't know about the Fortress cell. I mean, I get it, but like that is such a rough position to have to all of a sudden go into Phoenixes.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, at least the unlock was free from Bear Like. I mean, you didn't. It wasn't fully free because there was a better sell,
Yeah.
and you also like blew a deploy on it. And these Phoenixes are just on chaff. Unfortunately, the Arclights who were meant to kill crawlers die too fast, and then the
And then the
crawlers come
Mustangs are
in.
just dead as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing's on the ground. Once the forts are gone, nothing's on the ground to soak up the tarantulas splash.
Yeah, the Tarantula HE is just very nasty into a board with no tank.
Yep. But we'll see. There's what's kind of glass cannony. Like if the Phoenixes do connect, they will kill everything.
And now Assault Fort offered after you start getting out.
Well, I don't think he wanted it anyways.
Yeah. Acid Blast. But if you were in like a more aggressive version of this Fort Mustang build, you would love to see that Assault Fort.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it is Sacco going fortresses. Fort anti-air.
Look at the acid play for Rooster. He's got the missile and the EMP to take off the bubble.
Yeah, that is a classic Rooster move to find a way to kill the bubble that you're going to defend with.
Splash on Mustangs.
Yeah,
It's
just
a
more
lot of
chaff clear.
crawlers, so I like that.
And he clicks loose. Someone tell him that tech got nerfed.
Yeah,
I mean, they're already getting one shot by tarantulas, so there isn't really a downside to lose.
I guess. How does it do into the splash of Tarantula? You think it's good?
Not really. Like, yeah, it technically takes a little bit longer to clear them, but tarantula
Yeah.
got its splash buffed. It is 12 meters. That's old Vulcan splash.
Yeah, that's crazy,
All
man.
right, let's see this missile. Oh, the missile comes in, the EMAG comes in.
Acid's good.
All of his stuff is acided.
That's a crazy acid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the tarantula is already dead. Chaff not getting cleared. So that side definitely hard loses.
Yeah.
But Sacco's other side's still doing quite well. Bubble gonna go down.
No chaff left, though. I think the Phoenixes are going to have a field day.
There is a fort to anti-air them with this debuff ending.
Oh,
Gets a
yeah.
couple of kills. I guess there's still the wasps there. So a nice win for Rooster.
Yeah. How will Sako respond?
Acid stays around.
It's going to be a
I
beacon at
don't
least,
know.
right?
Yeah, you can beacon out Marksman, Phantom Ray, Sandworm, Sabertooth.
Phantom
So,
Ray makes total sense for Rooster.
yep, good into the Fort AA. Sacco, I don't know. Do you just sell the Saber? Do you take the Marksman
You
maybe?
could do Marksman AA and like try and snipe the Phoenixes, but now there's Phantom Rays in front. So I think I would take the marksman's either way, I think.
Hmm. He could also he takes the saber and sells it.
That's also a good line, yep.
Yeah, just
Money's always
invest
good.
more into the board you have.
But what do you do here? Like, the Phantom Rays, if he magically knows that they are being purchased here, what would you do against it?
Mm,
Would you
you maybe
Mustangs?
just ignore like the melters. They're level 3. Melters will
Hmm,
kill them eventually. There's not that much to melt anyways.
I guess, but he's threatening like 9 per turn. It gets scary, you know?
Yeah. But I think if you hard spam forts, eventually Fort EA gets there. GCU style.
Yeah. Yeah, you could go for it, for sure.
He goes
Just
more melter. I wonder if it's going to be a multi-melt angle.
yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't run suck right now. He has
This is so weird. I don't know. Like, I actually think that Rooster could have a chance here.
yeah, they are melting down the Phantom Rays. The beacon is getting him out of that acid. He fortified this to level 3, and everything's kind of stuck in the oil. Fortress still making its little retreat. Run, Fortress! Hurry!
It's kind of a nice play.
Yeah, yeah. Takes out those wasps.
Oh, the
Tower
tower.
goes down.
That's huge.
It's not enough to kill, but it's a win for Sacco. Oil still around, acid gone.
Oh, instant
Fire.
Mustang item.
Yep, firepower system does give it to a Mustang.
Yeah, what's his biggest Mustang level?
It is the one he gave it to. It's level 5.
Level 5. That's a lot of value.
Yeah, 266 damage with the 7-meter splash. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sacco takes a bunch more Tarantula levels. He's got a 4, a 6, a 5, a 5, and a 5.
Crazy.
So average of 5 levels on his tarantulas. And Sacco taking the crawler spawning tech from the melter. He
The
saw it go
Mustangs
horribly
took
wrong for
Missile
missing.
Interceptor. So now the Phoenixes may be safe from the
Mmm.
anti-air barrage. That is a cool play.
Yes. The one issue I have with that is that they're very high level Mustangs. So the
Yeah.
cost of stopping to shoot missiles is high.
I
You're sort
guess
of
like
like giving a lot of effective health to the missiles.
exactly. And the tarantulas might just chew on the Mustangs anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
as
is
high as these
scary.
Mustang levels are, the tarantulas are higher. And the other sad thing is, as the elite spec, he can't even add a bunch of level 1 Mustangs. He has to add them at level 2.
Yeah.
All right, Phantom Rays
They
going
pop
down to the melters.
really quickly, yeah. And the tarantulas are
Some
alive.
Yeah, some big crawlers going in from Sacco. He loses the tarantulas on the left side now,
Yeah. But he
but
just has so much left.
yeah, his right side looking quite strong. The
That
next
might be
spawn
it.
of crawlers comes out. That is the Firepower Mustang doing its best, but it's not
Wow.
enough.
Giant spam gets there for game 1.
Yeah, and the tarantula's doing quite well. I'm clicking on them. His tarantula in front of his right tower was top damage for that round, top damage for the game, and cleared 532 units.
Yeah, HE is a hell of a drug, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It did 270,000 for the game. I guess there just wasn't the melters never surpassed the numbers because there wasn't any high health to melt.
Mm.
So the tarantula was just clearing out all of this ground all game.
That's crazy though. That's like what, 50 over 50 kills per round on average?
Yeah, yeah, 53.2 average
That's
kills per round.
that is so ridiculous. All right, we got last life here for Rooster. He must win this or he's out of the
Yes.
tournament. Sako on match point. Winning this will bring him into the semifinals along with Flower Fairy.
And if he loses, it will go to a final game. Panso
Okay.
wants to know the entire format. I guess Wonderboat can probably explain it better than I
Yeah,
can.
sure. Okay, the entire format. So, first of all, big picture about this entire project. So, this is the test run for this format. By that, I mean that it's going to be a bit smaller version of the future. So, right now, it's just Group A and Group B. In the future, there may be, 4 groups. And then the format for this little season 1 is we have 2 group stages. This is the first group, Group A today. And after these 2 group stages, we have the semifinals and the finals. In total, there are 8 players in the whole tournament. So in the group stage, there's 5 matches. We're on the 5th match right now. There's 3 best of ones and 2 best of threes. And you basically need to win twice and then you're through. Or if you lose twice, then you're out, is the simplest way to explain it. And so right now we're on the final game, and Rooster has 1 life left. So he absolutely must reverse sweep here and win twice.
Yeah, Sacco has 2 shots to get in.
Yeah, and 2 players get out of each group, which I forgot to say. So we have
Mhm.
Flower Fairy, who just won both of his matches immediately earlier, so he's through. Sako lost against
Against Flower Fairy.
against Flower Fairy, so that's why he has to go through this sort of losers bracket, best of 3
And
here.
Miasim lost against Rooster.
Yeah, and then lost to Sako, so he's out, unfortunately for him. So
Yeah.
next week, same time, there will be the Group B, and then the week after that, we'll have the semifinals and the finals. So this is just a 3-week tournament.
So Rooster sticking to it. Elite spec again. Sacco got some choices. Maybe the Saber looks nice. No, he likes the Typhoon. Typhoon Arc Sledge.
And before this match gets started, I just want to do a quick plug to please give a follow to MAG1 Live. Yes, Win Big is the one who does a lot of basically all the production behind the scenes, and he's throwing a lot of love into the esports side of things. And it would mean a lot if you could throw him a follow. And there will be lots more esports to follow, not just this tournament, but sponsored matches and so on. So
Yeah, every Saturday.
every Saturday, mark that on your calendar.
So Rooster sees this lineup of arc lights and sledges and figures I ought to add some marksmen to shoot him down. Those are elite marksmen. He already has chaff and chaff clear from his starting pack, which is part of the strength of this sledge crawler pack. Sacco says same, honestly. Also adds the marksman. Doesn't need no chaff. And
Marksman to start.
they both set up standard.
Yeah, and this is going to be really good for Rooster to start with because the blue marksmen just munch everything.
Yeah, one-shotting instead of two-shotting the sledges is a big deal, but Sacco has some extra arc lights.
Yeah, not the
The
worst loss.
Yeah, like typically if it wasn't elite spec, Sacco would have won because arc lights are better than crawlers round 1. But because Rooster was elite, the blue marksman just had double the output, and that, obviously makes a huge difference.
Yep. Early improved firepower. Do you actually take it as any player here?
Mm,
I don't think
Wasp Swarm
so.
pretty good, and it's a standard match, so I think it's pretty skippable.
Yeah, I think so too. Pretty expensive for elite, although he does take the spell anyways.
Yeah, I'm tempted by the extended range fortress, but probably a skip. Like if you're running
Yeah.
elite, you can take it, but I don't think either of them are.
Yep.
And it's a little early anyways.
Sako probably just buying 3 chaff. Yeah, just snaps it.
Yep, very natural choice when you didn't buy chaff on turn 1. Rooster also going to add chaff the late fangs.
Normally, I'd say that's the elite tax, but here they can actually fight the wasps, which is nice. Normally, the
Yeah,
white
yeah, it's
fangs
actually
lose.
very convenient.
Yep,
Both players going aggressive with the wasp swarm.
look at that. Elite difference, elite OP, guys.
Yeah, and Sacco just didn't cover it, so
Yeah,
winning in 2 ways here is Rooster. And now he gets to just kind of crush and take another nice round win. Next turn, of course, will be the Typhoon turn, where Sacco gets all of the value of his specialist. And it also starts to be the phase of the game where Elite Spec is maybe weaker.
yeah,
It's really like in these coming turns, the non-elite player gets to address the problems and sort of get their own levels to catch up to that value.
yeah,
And the elite player has trouble deploying certain big units, and they have to pay a tax on all their chaff. Subsidized
yeah.
marksman though for Rooster.
Yeah, subsidized marksman and standard is fantastic. So yeah,
Yeah,
both go for it.
and it will be some marksman spamming. Sacco grabs him his Stormcallers though,
Yep.
which are only okay in Sledge standard, is what I've been finding lately.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, scorpions are still a possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you think about the siege change, by the way?
Mm, like, yeah, Siege getting some love is perfectly fine. That tech is terrible, but I'm pretty sure it's still terrible.
Yeah, what is bad about it is how long it takes to reload, basically.
You lose attack speed and you lose damage,
Yeah.
and your shots can miss. So
Yeah.
there's just like you're triple nerfing your damage output.
Yeah, the range is
Uh,
crazy though. It's 80 now, right? You gain 80.
something like that. Yeah, your projectiles are also slower. There's just like so
Yeah.
many ways in which your weapon gets worse.
Yeah, it's kind of
Uh,
crazy.
like
It had its
they
moments though. There was a patch where
oh
it was good.
oh it was it originally it didn't take away attack speed,
Oh,
and
okay. I see.
and it was just an insanely good tech.
Yeah.
You could even it was very common to take Assault Scorp and then just click Siege mode, and you had good range and a really good attack speed, and they were just insane.
Yeah, that sounds OP. That could still
I
be a fun combo to try.
Yeah, I guess with the buff to range, if you wanted to run Siege on your bar and you were playing like Scorps in standard,
Mhm.
you could see the Assault Scorp come up instead of just being like, oh, I'm standard, I'll skip this card. Just click it and click Siege, and then you
Yeah.
don't lose attack speed and you gain range, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
And you gain some move speed. But I'd
We'll
rather
let
just like run a better tech.
Yeah, we'll let somebody else cook that.
Yeah. So unit drops come down. Both players go with the 2 Farseers. Add them in the
Yep.
back.
Buy more
Pretty
marksman because
much,
subsidized.
yeah, pretty much just a mirror.
Yeah.
Sacco, a slightly more diverse comp with the arc lights and the Typhoon. Ooh, that was a value missile.
Holy.
And in Sledge Standard, missiling out level 1 sledges can be really huge because you just stop them from ever getting levels.
Mm.
And you sort of force the opponent to put chaff in front, which they don't necessarily even want to do. Pretty big round for Rooster.
Yeah.
Taking it down, getting experience on his marksman.
Yep. As far as standard matches goes, this is pretty accelerated.
Yeah. Efficient tech research. quickly picked up for Sacco. It's a photon coating onto a sledge for Rooster. Are we going to see a tech?
I feel like he should be selling this Typhoon.
Yeah, Typhoon did a little too little. 31 kills. I mean, 31's not nothing.
31's good, but something else would have killed it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's more marksman for Sacco.
What are the tech differences here on the marksman? No shooting squad for either players. Both have.
Yeah.
Oh, only one has elite
Rooster
marksman.
has elite over, or Rooster has Assman over elite. Yeah, I run the same bar as Rooster here.
Okay.
I think elite marksman's just kind of a bad tech.
And it's funny because Rooster has the levels.
Yeah, yeah. And
Only got
Rooster
the.
adds a couple of forward crawlers to mess with the
Yeah.
storms a little and prevent any missiles from Sacco, I suppose.
Yeah, like scorp
And
change or something.
again, going to missile out. He switches sides to missile the other uh, ledge. Not quite as big. It doesn't hit a marksman this time.
Mm-hmm.
And the arc light was level 2. Sacco did, of course, cover the other side with that beacon crawler.
Let's see how good the sledges are, because Rooster's gone up to 4 sledges now.
Yes. And the Typhoon actually getting in and doing work from Sacco there.
Mm.
But there's some late fangs from Rooster that the storm just didn't quite clear in a timely fashion.
Another big win.
Yeah, again, all of the marksmen plus the Farseers. The Farseers are nice for dealing player damage. The marksmen get their levels. Missile strike for Sacco, heavy armor for Rooster. It's going to be field maintenance on the sledges and slap that heavy armor on one of them sledges.
That missile strike's pretty good.
Yeah, missile strike out that late fang, which has been so annoying, and it's the wasp summon turn, but there are Farseers covering it.
Yep.
So neither player can get a particularly impressive wasp swarm.
Yeah, you just chuck him in the middle, I guess.
Yeah, I like a mid for Rooster. Sacco actually covering that position. So we could see Rooster just putting it in the exact same spot, or just putting it on his own side of the board like Sacco's doing.
Yeah. So Elite Marksman is taken basically to get DPS against the sledges.
Yep. And he takes a few more, and he goes ahead and clicks that blue recruit button, just
Yep.
paying 100 to feel as cool as his opponent.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rooster does put the wasp swarm in the back. So really a big problem for Sacco is that despite having these storms, he's not really clearing that late fang well, and just his chaff clear is dying much more easily. He has range on the arc lights now, though, which might help. And Rooster's still looking for missiles.
Yeah, really interesting.
Sacco actually double bubbling because of missile strike.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he just goes for heavy armor. Rooster does. So.
Yeah, the field maintenance is going to be pretty good survivability on these sledges, but it eventually gets outscaled.
Yeah.
The wasp swarms come in and have their little clash. Looks like Sacco comes out slightly ahead in that somehow.
Well, the marksman army is way stronger for Sako now because he bought more
Yeah,
of them and he elite marksman them.
but this heavy armor sledge is just refusing to die. Still working on the last one, but it goes down, and that is a lot of marksman for Sacco. He
Possibly a comeback.
might turn it around pretty hard from here. Somehow there's a sledge like way in the back. It must have been caught in his beacon. I'm like trying to figure out how the sledge even got there. I think it was in his crawler beacon.
Oh, those marksman levels, that was juicy.
Yeah. It is the worm turn. Both players take the worm. It is armor.
Replicate. Wow.
Yeah, replicate. He doesn't run. This is kind of sad. Rooster was the worm wasper, but he doesn't even run Sandstorm anymore.
Yeah, it lost its time.
They
Oh, this
did
is crazy though. 3
buff its
worms.
cost a little.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and we're gonna find out live why Elite Marksman is a bad tech.
Mm. Yeah, double
Uh,
shot would be much better, although even that wouldn't really
yeah,
be
double
enough.
shot. Sacco ran double shot, tried it against the Worm player, and then just had to buy the War Factory anyways, and
Mm.
said, "Okay, I guess we don't run that tech."
Yeah. Oh, there's no way you can deal this much damage to the worms, right?
Yeah, it's just not happening. And Rooster doesn't even bother with a beacon. He's just gonna let the Worms figure it out. A lot of players would put their Worms kind of late in standard, but he's just
Yep.
going in. He
Yeah,
just
it's
says,
it's
"Nah, I just."
interesting. I mean, protecting the sledges ain't bad, right?
Yeah, well, he actually sold the sledge that had the photon coating just to get it on the Worm.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
All right, Sacco takes down one of the Worms, but loses his own. There is the Worm did mech divide, and these Worms are replicating,
Yeah, there is some children.
and that is simply game.
Oh my god, we're going to a game 3. Everything on the line.
Wait, did Sandworm get nerfed? I
Not
don't
that
think it
I'm
did,
aware
right?
of. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think there was a nerf. Sandworm drops got nerfed. Wow, Rooster
Ah.
just in chat. Uh, yeah, did
By
they get
some
nerfed?
unspecified amount.
Probably $50.
Probably, yeah. It's like nothing, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that applies to level 2 drop or if it like starts at level 3 or what.
Mm.
It was again unspecified. I would love to see the table
Yeah,
of
it'd be
just
so
like
nice.
these are the drops.
Yep.
You got to switch into the
Okay.
spectator seat.
But I want to play.
I don't want to play. Yeah. All right, that was a very exciting game. Lots of marksmen. Rooster was winning, and then Sacco was winning, but then Rooster was winning again.
Yeah, 4 sledges looked pretty good, I think.
Yeah, yeah, and the storms didn't really do enough.
Yeah, they weren't very good, I think. Surprisingly.
All right, so everyone get hyped because it is time for game 3. This is the ultimate showdown. The winner of this moves on, and the loser is out.
And
Crushed.
this may be our 501 hero, right?
Defeated. Yeah.
We can't be sure that any other 501ers will get through. I hope you do, Apucci, but
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
Yeah, yeah. I've been known to not notice critical cards
Like
when
Arbiter.
playing early in the morning.
Uh,
No, Arbiter just doesn't notice that there's a smoke. I don't notice that my opponent has Assault Stormcallers for the entire game. Uh, all right. So Sacco in an earlier interview said he hates standard and doesn't want to play it, and then he played standard. So maybe now he's
yeah.
been reminded that he doesn't like it.
I think
He
he's got
does,
to go aggro, man. I want to see a headbutt finals. That would be amazing.
yeah. And Rooster, a nice redemption on that elite spec. I would love it if he
Yes,
got it offered a third time. That would get me
dude.
hyped.
Yeah, Elite needs more love, and it's so nice to see it being used in a tournament. Like people say
Hmm.
that it's not good, and then we have top players using it in a tournament.
Yeah, yeah. Elite is quite good. Well, and Elite is like, I think Elite has just simply been good since the buff to 300 starting cash.
That was
Like,
huge. Yeah,
it turns out that just not having access to 2 deploys turn 1 was the whole problem.
it was so weird back in the day. You like float money to double Mustang.
Yeah, although I've actually still been going back to the sell a unit. I've been doing like sell
Ah,
by
nice.
Phantom Ray.
That's cool. Here we go.
All right, no elite.
Missile
Typhoon.
specialist, please.
Yeah, it's
It's
Marksman
so fun to
Mustang though.
watch.
All right, it
Oh,
is Typhoon for Sacco. Okay, this time surely he knows Typhoon is meant to be played aggro.
He
Rooster,
must.
maybe the Fire
Mm,
Badger. I mean, he could cost control. He cost controls.
defense. Boo. All right, no headbutt, but we are going to see aggro from Sako. So
Yeah,
this will be
well,
nice.
I really like aggroing as hard as possible into cost control
Yeah.
because their units are just not as tanky. You get through them faster.
Yeah, and like they can't handle a lot of things, like when you start crawler flanking or underground
Hmm.
crawler spell drop.
And we want to see if you're Sacco, the Stormcallers getting punished. Like, if you can make it so that Stormcallers have to get sold, your opponent's losing a lot of tempo.
Hmm.
So Sacco bringing that formation back, it's a
Yep.
pretty tight formation
Yeah.
against Stormcallers.
Is he putting this third arc light in the middle? Do you need that much density? I don't know. He's doing it,
Ooh,
yeah.
he's very dense. Yeah, it's the please don't oil me formation. Oh, nope. The other arc light going to be the late kind of
Ah,
tower coverage arc light.
that
No,
will.
no, no, it's going in.
Oh, oh, oh.
Everything hinges on this decision, Sacco.
Yeah, he's gonna lose his tower.
Ooh, on the line, distract the storm.
Wow. No. Let's
Okay, no, no, back where it was. All right, very cool.
see how the storm shot goes.
Yeah, it might be okay.
Oh,
One
it's
of them
okay.
shooting, most of them missing on the crawler.
That arc light is locked on, but that's okay. It's just one storm on it.
Rooster has a few crawlers just going tower though, but I don't think they'll get there in
Yeah.
time.
Nah, and then he'll like fortify it next round, I guess.
Yeah, or spread out more. If you're Rooster, is this just like a turn 2 oil situation?
I mean, you could. It's very risky in case Sako just like goes on the other side. Like he already has so much stuff on the left. Does he really need to add more? But I guess it depends because he likes to
Yeah.
fortify his tower, right? So it's like you either fortify it or you start building there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if you oil now, then he'll probably go other side on turn 3 with his Typhoon.
Good point. Yeah.
But like if you don't oil now, you're not oiling turn 3. You could wait till turn
Mm,
4 for the commit.
yeah, I see. That's interesting. When you're cost control, you have the money to oil, so I guess
Mm-hmm.
that should be factored in.
Although he goes firepower control system, slap it on a Vulcan. I
Mm,
guess that's why he positioned his crawler this way, and or
yeah.
his fang. Jeez, what's that even called?
And he doesn't want to do the crawler drop spell because he's cost control, so he'd lose the crawler duel.
Yeah, instead, just playing one missile on the other side tower. Just gonna hope that's enough.
I kind of
Sacco,
like
of
this
course.
line, honestly.
Sacco does take the crawler drop spell and puts it in the middle where it will pull all of this chaff.
So he
And
has to float a deploy to do this, right? Yeah. But it's a strong
yes,
line. I think it's worth it. And like getting levels on this Vulcan will be crazy good.
yeah, there's a leveled crawler it might
Yeah.
juice off of.
Yep. Sako's going to be regretting that.
Sacco might still win this round because the crawler drop pulls so much. The balls might just get in. I'm not sure. We'll have
I
to
don't know,
see.
man. I think this Vulcan's going to just kill all the balls in like 2 seconds.
It sort of has to make a turn over to some of these crawlers,
Oh,
though.
no, you're right. It's going to
Yeah,
get sucked
ripping
off.
pepperonis.
That's big. That's really big. You really don't want
Yeah,
that thing to snowball.
and is he fast enough to get this minus 50? The Fangs are
Mm.
trying to get out of the missile radius. Okay, they're gonna make it out. Oh,
Oh,
are they though? Are
I
they?
think it's dead.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Really good round for Sako. Has to be said. He did pay a spell
Yeah.
for it, but still.
Does he get no levels on the balls? Missile strike
Missile
is
strike looks good.
available, and Sacco just selling one of the balls out. Doesn't want any of that. Just says it is
Yeah.
Typhoon Boat O'Clock.
I actually really like that line.
Yeah, you're gonna play Vulcan? Alright. You really think Vulcan can defend against Typhoon Spec? Because I
Yeah.
spent like 3 hours in the lab trying to figure this out, and I didn't succeed. I mean, Sacco, from Sacco's perspective.
Yeah.
During the peak of Taiba meta, that's what he was trying,
Hmm.
was some kind of Vulcan Scorch defense, and it was just not cutting it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh,
Typhoons are pretty meaty.
Rooster committing the
Oh,
oil. So this is why I didn't want to do oil on turn 3, is because they might be on the other side.
exactly.
Where's
Oh, this
this
looks
Vulcan
really
going?
bad.
Oh, double Vulcan on that side.
Oh god, he's buying a ground-only attacker when air comes out.
Yep.
Arclight flank as well, deep arclight.
Deep arc clip from Rooster, yeah. So Rooster taking a huge tempo line, but unfortunately dead to air.
Oh
He
man, and
technically
boats are
has,
so strong right now in the meta.
yeah, he technically has a Fang.
Yeah, there is a non-zero chance he wins this, but very unlikely.
But no, the Fang sees these units while the
Oh,
Vulcans do not.
rip.
Fang's just gonna die. Very sad. Very expensive round.
Oh.
Spectators coming in with the 200 bets on Sacco.
Yeah, Rooster fans in shambles, but it's not over yet.
All
Farseers
right.
are anti-air.
Farseer, yeah, it shoots up. There's Phantom Rays, there's Wasps, there's Tarantula.
Do we run Splash on Sako's boats? No. Oh, he could have gone for Wasp anti-air, but he didn't want to.
Yeah, Sacco is in traditional carry boat and
Wow.
takes the Phantom Rays. Finishes selling out of the
Yeah.
balls. Phantom Rays in the back, just saying, get out of here, Arclight.
Hmm.
And it's just going to be more Typhoon boat buttons.
Yeah, I guess with Typhoons, you don't have to be afraid of the Wasps. I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not afraid of Wasps because of Typhoons. You're not afraid of Phantom Rays because of boats.
This
You're,
Taiba thing sounds pretty good.
yeah. And it is the launcher on the boats now. Rooster just going to level that tower up. One issue Sacco has is that most of his chaff is on the left and is kind of dying.
Hmm. Kind of crazy how fast he committed to level 4. Have you seen a level 4 tower on round 4 very often?
On round 4, yeah, that's 4 on 4 is pretty insane.
Yeah. Well,
So,
the
Roos-
Farseer positioning is sketchy to me. The one that's like gonna
mm,
die to the boats. It is kind of running to safety right now.
it's confused. It doesn't know where it wants to drive. And this Phantom Ray just doesn't really care about the Farseer. Is just gonna take him
Oh,
out. Oh,
oh my,
not quite
oh,
killing.
close. But yeah, it
This
looks
Tower of
good.
Sackos is fortified,
Yep. And
and
Taiba
it
does
all
so
goes
much player
down.
damage as well. I think that's something really deadly about Taiba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your comp is like a 300 cost and a 400 cost unit.
Yeah,
Well, I guess Typhoons are like 150 each,
yeah,
but they're pretty beefy.
for sure.
The Choo Choo Train advanced power system will give some extra speed for Mr. Sacco. Kind of a
Yep.
scary drop for Rooster. He just has to skip and cry.
What do you do
It's
here? Just spam
Farseer
Farseers.
EMP.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. And
Oh,
anti-missile. Oh, he's cooked.
I feel like you need like 8 more AMDs to have a chance.
Yeah, Farseer AMD famously pretty pathetic, and
Yeah.
Overlord is very hard to AM right now. I guess in
Yep.
principle he EMPs them so that the launcher turns off,
I guess. I don't know
but
though.
yeah, it's a sticky situation.
No chaff for Sako in front of his boats, by the way. You don't see that
Yeah,
very often.
Yeah, I suppose there's Vulcans and stuff. The chaff is just the
Yeah,
Typhoons.
that's pretty funny.
And he's just boat spamming for maximum tempo.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and these Farseers unfortunately just going to die really quickly.
Oh, I think Rooster knows he's in a bad position here.
Yeah. And Sacco's selling out of the Phantom Ray on the right side that turn, which is like the unit that AM is more relevant against. Probably sells out of the left one.
Yeah, yeah.
Just getting more and more money to commit into this Taiba plan. And all of the boats live.
Yep.
And one
That's
of the stealth buffs to boat is that they only take 1400 experience to level. So ironically, a lot less experience than a Wraith takes to level.
yeah. Wraiths use the levels really well, so I don't mind that. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
kind of crazy. With like enhancement module, like crazy
Yeah.
money.
All right, Rooster goes Marksman.
Yep,
That has a shot to bail him out.
that was
Sacco,
needed.
maybe the Worm?
Yeah.
Worm, sell the Phantom Ray,
Ooh,
Wasp Shield, Wasp Summon.
juicy
Do you have
line.
money for Mective on the Worm? He's got a
You think it's worth it?
loan. Maybe
Oh,
not.
it's
It's
only
getting
100.
EMP'd.
Wait, when did
Yeah,
it
it's
cost
so
100? What
cheap.
the
That,
heck?
that was the buff like a patch ago.
Oh, I need to pay more attention.
Yeah, that's why everyone's running Mective now. They
Yeah.
nerfed replicate buffed Mective. And
Production telling me to read the patch notes again.
so there's a missile from Rooster, but I think the worm will dive before it hits. Sacco's got the underground to help out here, and it's anti-air double shot on the marksman, which I guess he will double shot those wasp shields.
Yeah, that's something. Hopefully the
Oh,
Farseers take care of it.
and it's armor on the worm, because at any time that it's not EMP'd, it gets to have all of that health. Missiles immediately going onto wasp shields. The tower is still only level 4, didn't quite make it to 5. Gonna go down quite quickly.
Oh man, the Wasps are still
Marksman,
alive.
yeah, Wasp's alive. Marksman just getting rolled by crawlers. Sacco tried to missile the crawlers, but forgetting about the Farseer AM. He will lose his tower, but this tower is not even fortified from Rooster because
Oh
in any
no.
world where he was winning, this tower wasn't supposed to go down. And that's a rough one.
Oh no. Very one-sided final match here, but
Yeah, that is the side switch working out.
yeah. Well, that's gonna be it. Congratulations to Sako. Unfortunate for Rooster, but had a great showing. You know, taking down Misim was an extraordinary match there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was kind of the Woot strat from Sacco. The only difference is that it was launcher instead of ground cannon.
Yeah, he doesn't run jump drive. He doesn't really oil the opposite
Yeah,
side like
yeah.
Woot usually does. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But like the pressure one side, get some ground only weapons out from the opponent, sell
Yep.
out, go to the other side, boats, typhoons.
Yep.
All right, so we got Sacco and Rooster coming in for the interviews. I see Sacco first. Hello, Sacco. Congratulations.
Hello.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And nice game.
10th series went all the full distance.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stressful. It was a nice.
Elite took you down.
Yeah, that was a nice. I didn't realize like in that I should be winning that. I should have realized I'm like, okay, I need to worry about like any type of cheese happening. But that was a nice play. Like that's a problem with marksman spam, right? Like you always are.
Mm-hmm.
You're weak to worm commits, and I mean he's elite, so like fucking blue worms with armor or replicate or mech div, like just it pretty like you're very weak to that. You just hard lose.
Yeah, definitely a crushing line there with the worms in the end, and a
Yeah.
good showing in that standard match. Hello, Rooster.
Hello, hello.
That was a
GG's,
really
mate.
close
GG's, Sacco.
series. Yeah. What were you guys'
Yeah,
thoughts on the series?
I mean, game two, I forgot that I didn't have elites, but it worked out in the end. Bear was kind enough to offer me worms, and then I was like, well, I can probably just win here if I commit one side, and luckily that worked.
The
As
funny thing
Sako said,
is your marksmen were actually higher level than Sako's, and you were the one without elite marksmen.
yeah, I mean, I saw a game earlier. I think it was a Coma against Flower Fairy in the tournament, and a Coma also wasn't running elite, and he still won in standard. So I guess it is kind of playable, and the level advantage just matters more. I was a little bit afraid of Scorpion maybe, but then I saw him commit further into Mark, so I was like, I can probably click field maintenance and just kind of play the tempo game, which worked out.
Yeah, the field maintenance looked quite good with the heavy armor.
And then yeah, I mean last game, I did any of the packs and I didn't see any spider packs. I think I had triple sledge. And I mean in hindsight I should have just taken sledge. Someone said sledge first air was available, which would have been better. But I thought he would. I mean, I've seen Sako play a lot of spider in the series, so I was like, there's a high chance he does have spider packs available.
Right.
And then maybe Storm isn't unplayable. And then it was Ball Typhoon, and I was just sitting there well,
Yeah, and your
never
costume
mind.
fault.
Never mind. Yeah, I mean, abandoning the tower also just doesn't work against that strat. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
The
But I
second
was
debuff
just
is brutal, I think.
yeah, but I was like, I can't play arc lights into that as cost control, so I have to do some. I don't know. It's just a horror.
Yeah, game 1 was actually really exciting. I enjoyed that one. There was all the Mustangs on the board. Fortresses, you had them on
Yeah.
board. 2 of them were blue, and you sold them out and went
Yeah,
into the Phoenix Carry.
I actually thought about. I think the crucial part there was the second unit drop. I think it was there was double level 1 boat or level 2 fortress, and I thought, okay, Melter is good for him, but I was willing to take the risk that he wouldn't buy them because it wasn't offered, and he would maybe just play one of the units that were offered from the free units. But then he ended up going Melter anyway, so I kind of regret that. I think I should have just gone boat, and then maybe I can play boats. But it was a bit weird because my whole ground was essentially things that these high level spiders love to fight. So it was a bit rough. I tried going just Mustangs and mass Mustang with HE to see if the crawler nerf, maybe it was possible to just play high level Mustangs with chaff clear, and it went all right. But I think in the end it was just there were too many giants. So even with the phoenixes,
Yeah.
it just takes ages to kill all of them.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sako, can you tell us about the Melter board? He sort of went fully deep into Melters, like it was 6 months ago or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so I knew it was gonna be Mustang 4, or I was very likely because there's so many Mustangs in your elite spec, that's your best line. So I knew unlocking Melter was safe to do, and I needed anti-air, and it was good until all the other drops. So I was fine with that. And then I was left with these useless melters for a turn or two. And then I told myself, I don't need any more melters. Let's sell the melters. But then I'm I ran out of time. I'm I have all these melters, so let's crawler production, I guess.
Okay.
And then I'm I need to secure the end here. And I'm I have these random units. So I'm I guess I'll produce. Production is very good at the second spawn. So I was I guess why not? And Spider Melter is, I think, you're pretty set into Mustang
Yeah.
Fortress. It clears way faster, and the melters lock pretty much as soon as possible. So I felt confident with that, I think.
Sako, how are you planning on taking
I
down
mean,
Fairy in the finals?
I don't know yet. I need to develop a secret plan because standard is, oh my god, you're just playing a mirror board because he's playing literally the most optimal line. You wait for unit drops, you go into arc lights, you don't commit to anything, you don't do any stupid marksman plays, or you just wait. And I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'd lose my mind. So I probably just hope for a good aggro pack and push. Spiders. I think spider. I don't think his spider plan is, oh, let me wasp flank you and wait for unit drops to save me. That's literally his game plan. He'll be at 1,000 HP. He'll be like, oh, here's the forts, or here's the thing. I'm back in the game. He is so greedy. So I need to just spider tempo, I think.
He also clicks for AA a little hastily, so you might be able to just bait it out with one Phoenix.
Yeah. I think 2 Phoenixes is his line, which is so crazy to me. It's only 2 Phoenix, but
without tech.
Yeah, no tech, even no jump drive, no rate. I don't know, it's crazy. And I think you can literally just do, if he wants to go Fortress, I think Spider Melter, even aggro is fine. You have better clear. then the arcs you'll lock on faster, and you don't even need the melters to tank. Like you just have a bunch of like mines and or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What do you
And
guys think was the best game of the day?
the best game of the day.
I liked the first game, like I said, between you two. I thought it was really good.
Hmm.
I like the missile. Any game involving missile SPC is sweet. Like the amount of mind games and tournaments is crazy. Like where do you bubble? And it just came out, so like
Yeah, there's no metas, there's no like
yeah,
strats around. You're like, I'm like, all these unit drops just lose to missile strike, and he has like 7 of
Yeah.
them. So it's like, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I was like in unfamiliar territory, I think.
Yeah, my evaluation of that specialist is climbing rapidly.
In standard, especially because storms is so strong, and just if you can eliminate one storm pack and one fang pack or something, like that's
Hmm.
pretty strong for one turn. Or like if you're pushing with spiders, you just delete 2 storms, or you delete a storm round 2 and round 3. Like that's your spider should level, then the storms are useless anyway. So could be
Hmm.
interesting.
It feels kind of matchup dependent, I guess. Because I mean, if you're playing into
Mhm.
spiders, like the spider is just gonna say, like, yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
as
you
you
just end
just
up
like
missing
you
crawlers.
miss all the chaff pack, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
like which is fine, but
yeah. It has a lot of ramifications for like wasps as well. Like forces out jump drive. It's good against mustangs. Now you can't buy mustangs against their wasps.
Yeah, I think you need your own jump drive wasp to like efficiently
Mm,
deal with missile strike like jump drive stuff. Because if you put mustangs on flank, now you have to waste a missile to cover it, or you have to shield. Like, what are you doing all that?
Mhm.
yeah, that
So
makes
just like
sense.
having 2 late jump drive is, I
But
guess, what you do, but I don't know.
what if they're in Wasp carry and you've gone jump drive
Well,
and
you
like
saw what happened.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had these useless bird or wasps, and then I have to buy mustangs, and I'm like, this was so smart. And his wasp is like level 27 with an amp core. I'm like, oh
The
my.
amp core, yeah, that was
Yeah.
such a strong
And
play
he
from him.
sends it on a journey. I'm like, what do I do? I'm gonna send my own Mustang on a journey? That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see is the game where you like pick up a couple more spells and then get the rapid cooldown.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Well, Poochie had like an insane game the other night. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're just
That
like,
was my
here's
first
5
missile
missile
spec game.
strikes. You probably
Yeah.
changed your mind right after that. You're like, yeah, this spec is
Yeah, I was
tough.
like, okay, this spec, like the moment I just like javelin it home to their level 3 Phantom Ray with
Yeah,
Nano, I'm just
that
like,
was
okay,
hilarious.
I can
Like you
sort
could
of
have
see
killed every
this.
crawler pack on the board, but you're like, no, we have to kill this stupid nano thing.
All right, so that is it for today's broadcast. Flower Fairy and Sacco make it through. Rooster and Miasim have been eliminated. You should all tune in next week, same time, for the second group, which involves me, Mr. B, I want to say Red Hair and Dillo,
I think so.
and
Yes.
it'll be the same format, same thing. And whoever goes through, the 2 that go through, will then face off against Sacco and Flower Fairy in the finals on the following week. So lots of action to camp. Yeah, apparently B-Man had some trash talk. I don't think he said that I've never won a single game against him because I've won plenty of games against him, but I think he was saying that he expects to beat me 100% in the upcoming group. And yeah,
Damn.
only time will tell. It remains to be seen.
Watching for
You
acid
know,
crawlers
I
on the
have
line.
never lost to acid crawlers against my forts, but he still clicks it every time. So, we'll have
He'll
to
do it into
see.
non-forts too, though,
Yeah,
like
he did it
sledges or
into
something.
my saber tooth, and then he goes
Mm.
hacker, which doesn't synergize with it. So I don't know.
But what's your
You're
response to Poochie? Can't just say we'll see. You gotta say something,
Oh,
you know?
yeah, I
I'm putting
mean,
you
but
on the spot.
that's what I want to say though. Like I just,
Okay.
you know, like I disagree, I guess is
Okay. So you think you're
Is
better than B-Man?
um
Putting words in your mouth now.
yeah, we'll go with that.
All right, there
And
you
I
go.
certainly have the tournament results.
All right, nice. We got it.
501, let's go.
501.
All right, so that is it. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching,
Thanks
and
for
we will catch
watching.
you next week.
Bye-bye.